Parker.
For your Friday, look for mostly sunny skies out there. Temperatures right around 82 degrees tonight. That's where we're going to start to see some changes out there. About a 40% chance of seeing some showers. That's going to linger into your Saturday with a 70% chance of showers, with those temperatures dipping down tomorrow into those mid to upper 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Tired of looking through a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it replaced with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualifying customers can get up to $250 cash back and a free dinner at Rodizio Grill.
NewVisionAutoglass.com.
480-210-9090.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All
You're live.
with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
Well, the Suns are without Bradley Beal for a while as they get ready to square off against Utah's Jazz tonight. Again, in on Sunday. The Cardinals headed to Houston to battle Rookie of the Year candidate C.J. Stroud of the Texans on Sunday. ASU comes back in the last 5 minutes to beat UMass Lowell 71-69 in Tempe. The Bengals, they're without their quarterback for the rest of the year, and the shoe drops for Michigan football. Welcome into another fine edition of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. I'm Dan Manuch alongside Jax today. Roc will be joining us in just a few moments here. Jimmy B, we give him the day off as we're out here at Wright Toyota watching got a good crowd out here, got a good gaggle of folks looking at all the certified pre-owned vehicles and the plethora of 2023s out here on the lot, as well as some of the 2024s that are going on. So, Jax, before we dive into it, all this news just hit with like in the last half hour to 45 minutes. But Fridays, here's a Friday, looking at the Suns, looking at the Cardinals, looking at the Devils, in U of A, there is no rest for the weary in sports broadcasting.
Well, yeah, shout out to Woj and Adam Schefter. They knew Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B was on at 1 p.m., so they said, hey, let's get this news out right before the program starts so these guys can talk about it. But, I mean, Bradley Beal is disappointing. I mean, 3 weeks. I know it's early, but you need him for playoff time, and that's something that you were weary of when you did sign him in that big trade over the summer.
And the third member or fourth member of the is Richie back there at the studios. All right, Richie, let's get it going.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
All right, Jackson, let me read you the official announcement. The Phoenix Suns announce that guard Bradley Beal will be out and reevaluated in 3 weeks as he continues to rehab the low back strain. The timeline was determined following further evaluation and consultation on his injury. So a 3-week time frame. I think this is a good shutdown. If there are some major lingering issues, you and I talked before the show, you looked at that LA Laker game. He did not even play the fourth quarter. He looked stiff. Shooting free throws even looked stiff. So my thought with this is go ahead, reevaluate. If this is going to be a lingering issue throughout the year, then take care of it. And then take care of it, because when you put him off the side, remember these guys have all got to play 40 games, right? They've got to play 40 games or the NBA fines them for whatever reason. So my whole thing is, all right, if you got to shut him down, if it's 3 weeks and he comes back, he still has those lingering issues, then you know what? If you have the procedure and he's not available till, let's just say, February, March or something along those timelines, then so be it, because this can't just continue to happen week in and week out.
Yeah, and that's when you're grateful to get a guy like Grayson Allen in that trade with DeAndre Ayton. He's been stepping up, bigger role, 3 of 5 the other night against the Timberwolves, and they'll need him and Gordon. But when you did sign the trade, people did worry about the injury history of Bradley Beal, who looked great until just before the season started. So we'll see how Frank Vogel can adapt, but I'm glad, as you know, we're both Suns fans. Devin Booker's back in the lineup. He looked great against the Timberwolves, and I think if this was Devin Booker, you'd be weary as a Suns fan, but since you've had Booker and Durant, who had experience last year, you're not as, nervous moving forward.
And the other thing that I think as a Suns fan you worry about is that Book gets often injured or has been the last couple of years. He came back off the calf strain, and the toe doesn't seem to affect him the other night as they blew the doors off of the T-Wolves. And then you look at Kevin Durant. Knock on wood, Jax. Go knock on my head real quick. Just real quick.
Yeah.
That KD, nothing happens to KD. KD's been fine. He's been uninjured. Now, I hope against Utah nothing happens tonight and Sunday as they start the tournament play or the second round of the tournament play, that being for the Phoenix Suns. But this is something, as far as I'm concerned, you can't stop, start with Bradley Beal. Take care of the issue. I know that this Suns group has got to be working 24/7 on him to get him ready. And if he's still struggling and there's some kind of impingement with the nerve or there's some structural damage with the vertebrae or what have you, then you got to take care of it. If it is a vertebrae or structural type of scenario and they had to operate, he probably is not coming back this year. Now, if it's something else where they can work the impingement, stop creating these back strains and spasms and what have you, then so be it. So, folks, we'll keep it posted on that. But just I think for Suns fans, it's probably news that, okay, let's take care of it. Here we are, November 17th. Give him give him another month. And if they have to shut him down for more therapy or for more work, as long as he's back, hopefully back for the playoffs, I think that's the best you probably hope for.
Now,
unless something happens between now and then.
Well, I mean, they're going to need him for this NBA Cup run. They're going to go on Manuch, come on the in-season tournament. But, no, I agree with you 100%. I'm excited to see him back. Everyone's eager for this big three and see how Frank Vogel can use them. But in the meantime, they got the Jazz coming up. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, knock on wood, Kevin Durant keeps going. He's been balling out. And then Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen, and all of them. But I'm going to throw it back to you, Manuch. What's impressed you with this Suns team, even without Bradley Beal?
Kevin Durant, consistency. I think that when they do win, I think it's just a matter of shooting because we don't see the defense that we thought we would see, that Frank Vogel is supposed to be the guru of defense. We have not seen that. I think the consistency, the constant's been Kevin Durant, and then when Book plays, both of them combine. So when I look at it, Nurkic has been fair at best. Talked about Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen coming in doing their thing, Diop doing his thing. But the most consistency has been KD. Fortunately, he's healthy, and he stays healthy. So we'll just kind of stay tuned for that as they get set to take on Utah tonight, and then they'll stay in Utah and take them on again on Sunday night. Well, the Cardinals are headed to Houston, battle Rookie of the Year candidate C.J. Stroud and the Texans on Sunday. Cardinals will be aiming for their second straight win after beating the Falcons at home last weekend. The Cardinals are 2-8. The Texans sit at 5-4. Yeah, let me say that again. They sit at 5-4 behind the rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. Folks, he's thrown for almost 2,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions this season as a rookie. Now, that stat right there, just 2 picks, rookie quarterback against NFL defenses, is the one thing that somewhat blows me away.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at rookie quarterbacks and what we've seen from Bryce Young, who we thought was going to be not the potential of what we're seeing with C.J. Stroud right now, but you would think as the number 1 overall pick, you would see him perform well. But not only C.J. Stroud, you got to get kudos to D'Amico Ryans, them getting the young talent outside, and Tank Dell. He's a freak on the outside for wide receiver. But I'm really intrigued to watch this matchup because with Kyler Murray on the Cardinals, way different team than what we've seen before. Could they win this game? We'll see. I mean, the spread right now is at 6.5, 6 points for Houston, but you like the odds, you like the favorites of where this team's going after what you saw last week with Kyler Murray.
I think they have to get off to a big start, especially on the road. How about the Yotes clipping the Blue Jackets? That's right. Logan Cooley and Lawson Krause scored 28 seconds apart in the third period as the Yotes held on to clip the Blue Jackets 3-2 in Columbus. Barrett Hayton scored in the second period for Arizona after a scoreless first period. Arizona has been alternated wins and losses over its last 10 games. The Yotes wrap up their 5-game road trip tomorrow in Winnipeg. Nice to see that it's 0-0 after 1. They get the 2 goals, the third goal, and they hold on to win that game. Yotes are playing good hockey right now. Did not expect this early in the season from this Yotes team.
You saw the shock from the Diamondbacks and what, they shocked the world going to the playoffs. Could we see this with the Coyotes? I mean, I know Peter said a couple weeks ago about Logan Cooley. He's starting to get in a rhythm with another goal. It's good to see the young talent start to, emerge for the Coyotes. I was so used to watching Shane Doan as a kid and how electric this city was around the Coyotes. Hopefully they can bring that back to the Mullen Arena.
Tomorrow over at Sun Devil Stadium, Frank Cush Field, 2 o'clock kickoff. The Devils are welcoming the 6th-ranked Oregon Ducks in town. They host them in reference to the Ducks. The Devils are 3-7. And then down in Tucson, 17th-ranked Arizona hosts number 22 Utah on Saturday afternoon as well in Tucson. The Wildcats come in at 7-3. I saw the Wildcats are -1 is what I saw. And I saw a couple -1s throughout college football. And I think there was another one. But the -1s, we'll catch up with Scott Spreitzer here at 2:30. And -1, why doesn't it just become a pick 'em, or will it become a pick 'em by the time kickoff happens?
Yeah, Utah, Arizona's 1, and then Louisville, Miami are 2 games that are pick-ems right now. I'm really excited for this Utah-Arizona game. Bummed that it's on the Pac-12 network. Thank God the Pac-12 network is going away so I can start watching these matchups. But we talked before the season. I thought Arizona was going to be a great team with DeLaura. Little did I know Noah Fifito was going to be even a better version of him. McMillan, Coleman, they've got a really young core over there for Arizona, so it's going to be rocking. I wish this was a night game, Manuch, but it's going to be 12:30.
I got to tell you what, I turned this game off. I'm driving around listening to ASU basketball take on UMass Lowell 5 minutes ago. Devils are down. They were down by 10, but they come back. These are a huge second half to beat UMass Lowell, 71-69 in Tempe. Should have left it on. Listen to Tim Healy and the gang, our good buddy Sean Crespin. Frankie Collins made a go-ahead layup with 1.9 seconds remaining as they rally from 10 down. That's when I turned it off. With just under 2 minutes to go. ASU is 2-1 on the season. The Devils are now off until Thursday's showdown with BYU in Las Vegas. Elsewhere, 3rd-ranked Arizona hosts Belmont, while GCU faces San Francisco in the Arizona tip-off in Glendale. Coming home, training some guys, driving around. They're down by 10. All right, turn it off. They're not going to do it. Lo and behold, you go tonight into the highlights. The Devils basketball comes back and wins the game. Hey, top headlines are brought to you this hour by CAZ Monday Night Tailgate. Watch the game, bet the game. Join us every Monday night as you can win your share of the money during our kickoff challenge. Props, squares, and football bingo games, and it's all free to play. Just be present in the CAZ Sports Bar, the new home for their incredible sports book. It's the Monday Night Tailgate at Casino Arizona. The game this week is going to be the Eagles at the Chiefs. Where's the jackpot at there, Jack?
That's over $2,000, $2,100. And, man, the Eagles, Chiefs, the Swifts are in town. The Kelseys are in town. A little rematch there. Fun fact, Jason Kelce has not beaten the Chiefs since he's been in the NFL. Has not beaten his brother.
Meeting the parents going to happen Monday night in Kansas City. Hey, we are out here at Wright Toyota, where you won't go wrong. We're out here at 78th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. They got outstanding deals on the certified pre-owned vehicle as well as the 2023s. And some of the 2024 vehicles are trickling in slowly but surely out here at Wright Toyota. Coming up, it's our sounds for the night. Next on Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Jax is here. We got Richie back at the shop on 5 from Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale.
Monday on the Drive, can Kyler Murray outduel C.J. Stroud? Can the Arizona Wildcats keep shocking the football world? And will the Diamondbacks make a move? 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
The mania comes early to the Valley in November with the inaugural Arizona Tip-Off College Basketball Tournament, featuring local teams, the GCU Lopes and the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks, plus teams from the SEC and Big East conferences. Be there for 3 days of thrilling basketball action November 17th, 18th, and 19th at Desert Diamond Arena. Tickets start at just $15. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss the inaugural Arizona Tip-Off at Desert Diamond Arena. Visit Ticketmaster.com now.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. Need the gift of all gifts for this holiday season? How does a big screen TV sound? Text Chevy to 59925. One lucky Fox Sports 910 listener will win a smart TV courtesy of your Valley Chevrolet dealers. Standard message and data rates apply. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
The Sun Devil men's basketball season is fast approaching. Frankie Collins, who drives to the goal, dunks it in. Join the action this year and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when all come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins, great spin move, drives to the basket and lays it in. Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball, onward to victory.
The triple-digit heat is finally gone, and that's something really worth celebrating. Why don't you celebrate with Plum Smart? Right now, they're offering a free heating and AC system tune-up plus free water heater flush. It's their way of saying thank you to all their radio listeners and welcoming back the winter visitors. So if you want a free heating and AC system tune-up plus free water heater flush, book your service today at itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Dell's Black Friday event is their biggest sale of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top brand accessories. It's the perfect time to upgrade any home, business, or gaming setup powered by Intel Core processors. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of huge savings and free shipping. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Time for the Valley Chevy Dealers top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
You're live.
Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
That's right. The sounds of the night are driven to you by your Valley Chevy dealers. Sounds of the night driven by your Valley Chevy dealers all over the Valley. See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Black Friday event going on now. Then the Valley Chevy Black Friday event as well. It's new, certified, pre-owned, or service, all part of it. Chevy Valley dealers. That we can all do this together. See your Valley Chevy dealers today. Well, let's get it all started in reference to Jonathan Gannon, in reference to having one, Kyler Murray around. And as far as his attitude is concerned, here's the head coach talking about the attitude more so than anything.
Like I told you guys all week, I was just excited for the guy to get out there and play because I know what he's put in. But I kind of stayed who I've always been. I always got belief in the team that we're going to get it done. But it's nice to have him going out there and saying, hey, I got you, man. So that's cool too.
It's interesting that you wonder if, I guess, the precursor to what Kyler Murray was like prior to, him getting into that situation, again, his judgment. And you hear to Monty Ossenforts of the world, to Jonathan Gannon's of people say, look, he's in the building basically 24/7, like the last 8 or 9 months. And I think those are some of the things, whether they're surprised at his attitude, but even a lot of the players have said it's a change. So I think there's been a lot of humility with one Kyler Murray. And I think those are some of the things they're going to see. Here's also talking about Murray giving up more of a chance to win as he plays.
I think more so than yesterday was probably the week of practice. It seemed like it upticked our competitiveness on both sides. I thought we had a really good week of practice, but I think, I said a jolt of energy, maybe a little more belief that we're going to, make sure if we get the ball there late, we're going to score points or whatever it is. But, that's part of him making his teammates better. Psychologically, that goes into that statement as well. So that's what he does for us.
And that's Jonathan Gannon, head coach for the Cardinals. The thing you see is this team has seemed to have more juice and more alertness with this team. Not that they weren't alert before with Dobbs and Tune quarterback, just that they're like, hey, now we have a legitimate shot as far as winning this game. And I think that's what Jonathan Gannon is saying. Is like, look, you got a guy that's got experience. He's seen things. He can make some plays with his feet. That, hey, coach, relax. I'm back. But you just see the overall team, even the defense. You start to see them watching Kyler Murray and seeing how he was going to react in reference to watch this game.
It's almost a fair comparison to say with Kyler Murray in there, it's like Devin Booker being on the floor with the Suns.
Good one.
You got
Good
your
comp.
you got your quarterback, you got your leader, you got that calmness, knowing that, hey, if it gets out of hand, either one of those two guys can take the ball and run. Literally, yeah. And I think have that hope of you winning games at the very end, like you did that scramble at 3rd down and 10. 13-yard scramble, first down. How that happens, I'm sure Atlanta's probably watched that film 95 times until Saturday. But those are the things. I think it's just the juice and energy that he brings. Kyler Murray has become somewhat of an individual as far as watching one C.J. Stroud. Here's him talking about C.J. Stroud, the quarterback for the Houston Texans.
I love it. I love it. To see what he's doing, man, it's like I said, I love it. It's for a fellow African-American quarterback to be doing what he's doing at this level, especially in his rookie year. It's impressive. But it's just, if you love the game, if you really love the art and, the detail of the position, he's playing it the right way. He's obviously leading those guys. They believe in him. They trust in him. So I'm proud of him. I'm excited to see his career.
I think for any quarterback in the National Football League or any former quarterback, myself, to watch what C.J. Stroud is doing is, wow, this kid's a rookie and he's performing like a pro in reference to an experienced pro, a veteran that's seen defenses for 3, 4, 5 years. And I like this. I think, Rock, you said this the other day. He's this year's version of the Brock Purdy.
Yep.
As far as he's come on and how well he's done. And you just watch what he's doing. And they're doing a lot of things that make him comfortable as far as the offense. But his decision-making, 1, 2, 3, and the ball is out. He scrambles once in a while are some of the things that you look at. And that's what I like about C.J. Stroud.
And Sean Salisbury is going to join us coming up in a few minutes, and we'll talk to him about C.J. Stroud. He's actually out there in Houston. So he's taking over that city, that being C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud also asked Tom Brady for some advice on the Let's Go podcast. Here's C.J. Stroud asking for advice.
You got anything you'd like to ask Tom before we go, CJ?
Yeah, man. I would just ask, when you started playing well, what was the process of your mentality? Like, how did you stay on the straight and narrow? Even you have people reaching out, family, and just the world around you seems like it's spinning, and you're just trying to stay focused and stay on the straight and narrow.
I think the important thing I really want you to realize, this is now your job. Everyone, when they come to the game, it's a vacation. It's fun for them. Oh my God, we're here to watch, CJ play. For you, you don't bust in on your friends at their job. And, when they're trying to be really focused and do what they need to do. Hey, can I interrupt you? Hey, I know there's a really busy time for you, but let's go do something fun. Or, you don't need to be the source of people's entertainment over the course of the season. It's not college anymore. The earlier you get it in your mind that this is a profession and you're a professional and everyone is counting on you and you can't have a bad day like Coach Day taught you. And you're in an organization where D'Amico is a great coach. Nick Cesario, I've got a long relationship with. All these guys are counting on you. It's fun. The process of winning is fun. The memories you're going to have from a great season are fun. The games are fun. The practice, the camaraderie is fun. Trying to create fun for everybody else outside of that isn't your responsibility. You're not camp counselor for everyone's fun activities. You're out there trying to perform, trying to dig deep for your teammates, and that requires intense focus for a long period of time. There's discipline that starts the beginning of August all the way through the end of the season.
That's Tom Brady, a part of the Let's Go podcast, as C.J. Stroud asked him a question. And my love for Tom Brady. I applaud what he said and lots of respect. And hearing him say that is probably one of the reasons why Fox is going to give him $300 million. to be an analyst because he nailed it there.
He laid it out.
It's not like he was given that question.
Sure.
He rambled off and knew all the players, so to speak, coaches, and I was that's why I pulled that for today because I heard it and I was like, my love for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And I just thought it'd be very appropriate to hear him.
1 minute.
It is truly a reckoning, Rock. I think I had to come to that realization too. You get there and college, it's 3 or 4 hours. You go home, you eat, you study, go to bed. You get to the building at 8 o'clock in the morning. You get done practice at 3. You do your weights. You take film home back in the day with projectors. I mean, watching Joe Ferguson to what Tom Brady said day in and day out from on our day, mid-July, all the way through the end of the season is like, wow. That's why you're so mentally taxed after a season because of what he just said. All that going into that mental energy wears you down, especially for a young guy.
Not to mention, I thought he made a great point by, you don't go to your buddy's job and say, hey,
let's go hang out.
Let's go get dinner, I mean, but, people want to be around the celebrities. They want to be around the athletes. So I get that. But, I'm sure Tom knows it better than anyone. We'll get to the Coyotes' 3 goals a little bit later. We're going to throw that in our sounds. But we got to catch up with Sean Salisbury next. He's going to join us. Scouting report on the Texans. Get his thoughts on C.J. Stroud as well. And find out if this is a Texans town, not an Astros town anymore there in Houston, Texas. We're out here, right, Toyota? It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Suns may be without Bradley Beal again tonight. Beal continues to struggle with back spasms and is listed as doubtful as they tip off in Utah against the Jazz. After a victory over the Blue Jackets last night, the Coyotes face off against the Jets in Winnipeg on Saturday. In the NFL, the Cardinals are heading to Houston for Week 11. They'll be kicking off against the Texans on Sunday. Diamondbacks outfielder Corbin Carroll finishes 5th in the NL MVP voting. The Braves' Ronald Acuna Jr. was the winner. And in college football, ASU welcomes in Oregon tomorrow, while Arizona will play host to Utah with 2 games remaining in the regular season. I'm J.D. Hafford on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial, state48roofing.com.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
The fight starts now!
On Saturday, December 16th,
Legacy is decided in the desert.
fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line.
And a sizzling World Championship unification.
Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16th. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now.
Starting from just $30.
Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Callaway Paradigm Woods, forged carbon for unparalleled distance and forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinder provides you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always new clubs at any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure. But why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 a.m. The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
Gillette Intimate.
He's ready.
Has a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate. The best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time for your uncensored and unfiltered view on football and even life. Former NFL and USC quarterback.
For 29-year-old Sean Salisbury, his second start as a National Football League quarterback.
iHeartRadio star, QB maximizer, and president of Pro Sports Fans. Your social app that unites sports enthusiasts for the ultimate fan experience, where every day is game day. Download the PSF app today. Now Sean Salisbury on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
An incredible response by the Houston Texans to that Bengal touchdown moments ago. 1st and goal. Stroud, he's got 6. He's in for the touchdown.
You're live.
Ah, there it is. C.J. Stroud, the 8-yard run last week, courtesy of CBS. And now joining us, who has the longest open in radio, Sean Salisbury joins us, uncensored, unfiltered. How you doing today, Sean? What's going on?
And deservedly so, Sean. Deservedly so.
The open lasts longer than the segment.
Yeah.
Damn, I like it. Man. I like it.
Hey, the city of Houston is relatively similar to Phoenix in the size. The only difference in sports is you don't have an NHL team, but it's been an Astros, been a Rockets at times, and Texans, but it's an Astros town, right? I mean, it's truly an Astros town.
It is, Rock, and it's the truth of the matter is now, while it's a football state, since I've lived here, it's been a decade now. It is an Astros town, and a lot of that has to do with the organization from Jim Crane has done everything for the most part right.
Yeah.
7 straight ALCSs. He hasn't overpaid, even though at times like Correa and Springer and when Garrett Cole, when they let him walk, they've been able to have the Peñas and guys come along that fill in and still go win World Series. So kind of validated that. The Rockets have been young and inexperienced through coaching changes, but when the managerial changes has happened here, both the previous managers have won World Series with Hinch and Baker. So yeah, it is an Astros town, but I think they want it to be a Texans town as well, but they just haven't had the same success. They've won some divisions with Bill O'Brien. And you know what they haven't had really? I mean, they thought they had it in Watson, but that went south. This is the best rookie quarterback performance I've seen in the years I've played it and have broadcasted. In 9 games, I'm talking about, I've never seen a guy do what he's doing. It's not just the stats. It's all the other stuff that he's doing to command this. It's the best start to a career at that position I've ever seen. And I think what's happening now, I'm starting to feel the buzz of it. It's like, let me stick around a little while. I want to see this. And you know how it is in this type. Once they start winning, it'll probably become a football town. But the Astros have grabbed this city, in a bear hug because they win every year, and it's easy to like them. And so I think they're waiting on. And the Rockets team's hot right now. They're playing good basketball, and we see that the Texans are quite frankly, in position with their schedule to not only make the playoffs, but they're going to challenge Jacksonville with the division.
Is C.J. Stroud being marketed by the Texans? Because unlike here in our market, you don't even see Kyler do an interview unless it's after the game. He's not doing, car dealership endorsements. He's nowhere. And it's unfortunate because he is, he's a dynamic player. But is CJ starting to get some of that there, or is it similar, or wait and see?
Yeah, he is not. I think the craving for this talent, and you know what, at least I'm sure they are. His agent, I believe, is David Mulugeti, who was, ironically, Deshaun Watson's agent.
Okay.
And he's a big marketing, they've got that big arm pushing it. And the key is this performance. He's such a nice kid and an engaging kid and a humble kid. And then the performance is dynamic and precise and gaudy, and they're winning. And then DeMeco Ryans, and we're doing it with a bunch of rookies and a rookie head coach and coordinator, and their best wide receiver's been a rookie, is a rookie, and Tank Dell. So they're really, I think what happens is people are catching on. He makes an appearance on this show, and then he's on, this show and that show. He's making these appearances. Now, I don't know if that's from his agent or what, but the town is falling in love with him already. I mean, they're head over heels, and we got the best thing they've had since Warren Moon playing quarterback in this town, and quite frankly, a similar demeanor. Very, you never really see him get emotional. I was a teammate with Warren. I couldn't tell if he threw 5 touchdowns or 5 picks. So, and he's a very, I don't want to say introverted because they say he's fun in the locker room and the rest of it, but he comes across so understated, and I think that's a good thing. And it'll start to come. I think people are like, whoa, but he's got an agent that's really aggressive, and David Mulugeti, and I think it's going to happen. And right now, the performance alone and the way he's handled press conferences, it's kind of been organic and it's just kind of flowing. But I would imagine commercials will start to go, when you say, is this real? And 9 games in, I think the early return is it's real, and people like him, or people are engaged by him and intrigued with him. So, yeah, the marketing arm will hit hard. Plus, it's Texas, guys. It's a football hotbed. And now that they're winning, they make the playoffs, and you'll see all this offseason, you'll start to see national commercials. The Subways of the world jump to the forefront and bring him into play.
Sean Salisbury joining us here on the right, Toyota Guest and Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Sean, the one thing when I watch this young man, I've watched him quite a bit, is and I preach this to my young guys, old guys, whatever, and we've seen this in Brock Purdy, is being consistently consistent. Now, I want you, for a lot of the Cardinal fans that have not watched him, how much, what that means when you see that consistency in this young man. What does that mean, at least from our vernacular as ex-QBs, to see that happening on the field?
Well, the first thing, Manuch, and you are 100% correct, and he's also comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
He's been in a couple games recently that have not been comfortable. The come from behind victory 2 weeks ago where he had to make great plays on a drive. He turned the ball over 3 times. He's 15-2. 15 touchdowns against 2 picks, and he's the most aggressive quarterback in the league. His accuracy beyond 15 yards is just as accurate as he is less than 15 yards. It's uncanny what he's doing, but he's it's almost like he's loved those situations to kind of build it without talking about it, and then people start to buy in. But that consistency you're talking about, Manuch, and I've watched him hard, man, because you start to say, okay, is this real?
Yeah.
And it is, because his poise in the pot, and what he did, first off, he didn't buy into what the narrative was about, that testing, about the cognitive testing and being able to process information. That may be his number one trait on the field. Well, he said he didn't like, he's not a great test taker, and he really wasn't interested in taking it. And the Texans don't subscribe to that test, and they overlooked that. They brought him in because sitting next to him and watching him, they felt that he could. And all the throwing, guys, we bought at Rancho Cucamonga in high school at Ohio State. I don't know why any of us are surprised that he's a great thrower of the football. He's been doing that since he was, since he got out playing youth football. But it's the accuracy, the way the ball's coming out. It's out quickly and urgently. He's not bailing out of the pocket. He's making the ordinary play look ordinary, which is a great thing. And then the play that you're not supposed to make very often, he's making. And when it's not there, he's making smart decisions. So fumbles twice last week, throws a pick, and it was a bad pick. What did he do? Got the ball back, took him down, put him in position to win. So the consistency is the preparation. his practice habits, from what I understand, but it's also the way he's consistent with his demeanor and the way he's leading during a game. To me, great leadership isn't telling me how to do it. Great leadership is showing me how to do it and bringing people along. And he's done, as a rookie, 9 games in. It's no doubt whose team it is already. And D'Amico Ryans has said, listen, people just follow his lead because he's setting a great example for how we're supposed to do things. And so that consistency you're talking about, Rock, and you know this. I know a lot of rookies and a lot of quarterbacks that have had great success and dynamic playmaking. But it's the sustained success of week in and week out. They had one little blunder against Carolina. Hopefully that won't hurt him in the end because they should have beat him. But he is making the play that's there, and he's also being smart and judicious with the ball when the play's not there. I know that I'm raving about him, and I don't usually this early. I'm like, let's slow our roll. But I'm trying to find the weakness, which you guys in Arizona are going to get. He'll stand in there and take a hit, but the line is overachieved because they've been banged up. If he will be aggressive and is accurate. The crazy thing is how good he is, knowing until last week they finally ran it well, that they're going to throw it, that they have to throw it to win, and he's still throwing it into windows that people can't stop. I have never seen a guy this early in his career be that aggressive, but not careless with the football at the same time. It's pretty fascinating to watch.
Sean, he's truly the bell cow. That's definitely for sure. But let's not forget about this 4-3 front, this D'Amico Ryans-led defense with Will Anderson Jr. leading the charge. Little overshadowed with C.J. Stroud being the starlet there in Houston.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, that guy we picked third's pretty good. After C.J. When in truth, Roc and Manuch going in, the narrative on our show, so let's pass on the quarterback. You know, we don't really need that. I mean, we'll wait till next year when Caleb Williams or Drake May or one of those guys, because you know what? Let's wait to take somebody in the second round. We need more defensive players and receivers. And we got Will Anderson. He was the talk of it. And now it's like, well, that's C.J. Stroud now. And Will Anderson, I think, leads the team in tackles for loss. Great energy, but yeah, he goes. And Manucci mentioned that's front, that 4-3, and their linebackers. Now, they don't have Fred Warner or Bosa on their team right now or Chase Young, but I tell you what, they're, as a group, they're starting to do better things and apply pressure without having to blitz. And you know this, that's what the good teams do.
Yeah.
Can you get there with 4 and at times 5 and create, conflict for the quarterback, and they're doing it. So while they may not lead the league in sacks, they're getting better at pressures. And Will Anderson's going to be a great player in the league. But yeah, you know how it goes when a quarterback's kicking, playing great football. The rest of the guys, it's like, oh yeah, remember me? It's like, no, and they're loving it because they get to do their job in quiet. And he's trying to do his job in silence. But when you're a quarterback playing this well, you don't get to be quiet, brother. We're all watching every move you make, but keep an eye on Will Anderson. And we know, obviously, here in Houston, the defense is going to have to deal with the off-schedule change a launch point that Kyler Murray's going to bring to the table. Those guys are hard to defend, and if Kyler's hot, it'll be tough. But he's going to see a lot of different looks.
1 minute.
Given on offense, a lot of different formations and personnel groupings.
He's Sean Salisbury. Nice enough to join us today here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. As we let you go with the Pro Sports Fans app that you are heading up, and you got a full team, when are you typically on? When can people see you do your podcast on PSF?
You know what? I've stayed by. I've spent so much time with all my other stuff going on these and doing my morning drive. I am about probably 2 weeks away as we've put it together. My new show will be called Sean Salisbury Unpaved.
Oh.
And it'll be sports, but a lot of stuff unpaved, meaning, we're going to take you on a road that may not feel like it's, that road that we all go on in life and sports, but I'm going to get you back to a paved road. So that'll come, and then I'll let you know. But get the design done, and I'm going to hit the ground running. But you know how it is, guys. You've built businesses.
Yeah.
My sweat equities try to get all this right as the president of a company. That show will come, and when it does, it'll be loud and clear what I'm talking about.
He's President Sean Salisbury here on the Right to Guest Line. Sean, as always, man, thank you, buddy. Have a good weekend.
Love you guys, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Sean Salisbury. Of course, that PSF downloaded today. Pro Sports Fan. We do hits on it right after we get done here. We'll be doing our Cardinal podcast, but good stuff. He's brought you today by All City Towing, and they are growing. Yes, they got a bunch of new vehicles to the fleet, and they need to hire new people. That's right. Go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com/careers. Well, coming up, it's our Arena Sports Grill segment. This week, we'll give you a chance to win a few large one-item pizzas from Arena Sports Grill just for listening We'll give you the top college and NFL games to watch this weekend, the can't-miss games for Week 12 in college and Week 11 in the NFL. That's next right here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear. Steve Covino. Ooh. Rich Davis.
Yes.
This is Covino and Rich.
What if the Chiefs make the Super Bowl? Will Taylor Swift be able to attend? She's going to be in Japan and has a concert the night before the Super Bowl. And if you do the math, the flight is 11 and a half hours. So if Taylor left right after her Saturday concert, she could get home, get a little rest, and go to the Super Bowl.
Covino and Rich, this afternoon at 4. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Need a big screen TV? Twin Peaks, along with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Yes, 5. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great drink specials kick off every football Thursday at all of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Twin Peaks, the home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner & Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, Managing Attorney.
The Maricopa County Air Quality Department encourages everyone to burn cleaner, burn better. Consider converting your existing wood-burning fireplace to gas or electric. And please remember, on no burn days, do not burn wood.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
A great team coming in. I told our team yesterday that you have a chance to, they are the reigning champions. They are the 2 years reigning Pac-12 champions. we need everybody focusing on one thing and one thing only, and that is Utah football. And trying to have the best Arizona football program we can have to go beat Utah's football team. And we are going to give them everything that we have. We are going to empty the tank, and we need a full house to do that.
Arizona Wildcat head coach Jed Fish trying to rally the troops down at Tucson to fill up the stadium for Utah as we get our football at 50 brought to you by Arena Sports Grill. And right now we want to give you a chance to win a free large one-item pizza at Arena Sports Grill. Their pizza is outstanding, and it's worth a phone call to get yourself a free pie by just being we'll take callers 3, 4, and 5 at 602-260-9191, 260-9191, and you'll get yourself a free large one-item pizza from Arena Sports Grill in Phoenix, Scottsdale, right there, like 62nd and Bell Road. But as we get to our top stories today, the can't miss games in Week 12, I think Utah, Arizona is right up there, hands down, right up there. One of the games, as of course, we want to talk about the 6 top 20 teams that fell last week in college football and the rankings that came out with Georgia at number 1, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, and Washington, then Oregon rounding it all out. Of course, Oregon's got Arizona State tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. But as we look at can't miss games, the one I mentioned, of course, is Arizona. But when you're looking at the big scale, I think the Louisville-Miami game is a big one. That's a 10 o'clock game, followed by Georgia-Tennessee. That's at 1:30. Kansas State, Kansas, rivalry week on FS1. That is at 5 o'clock. Washington, Oregon State. That's on ABC 15 at 5:30. And then to round out the night, Texas, Iowa State. We had a lot of wagering on that game earlier in the week. That is on Fox 10 at 6 o'clock. So those are your can't miss games in college football week 12. When you go to the 12 games on Sunday for the National Football League, of course, you had a good one last night. Joe Burrow out. We'll talk about some injuries here in a bit. But and then, you got the bookends. You had some pretty good bookend games right now, at least on paper. The one last night, and then you got Philly and Kansas City on Monday. But 12 games on Sunday. And believe it or not, I think the game of the weekend is Arizona and Houston.
It
surprisingly.
might be. Sure. It might be.
There aren't really a lot of good games. I mean, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, that's always a good battle. Raiders are in Miami. I'm sorry. Bears and Lions, okay, those teams. Tennessee Jags, not sure. Chargers, Packers, Cowboys, Carolina. I mean, they're a 10.5-point favorite. Giants, Commanders, Bucks, San Francisco, Jets, Bills, Seattle, Rams, and then Vikings, Broncos. I mean, the games aren't that good.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of fans, just to see can C.J. Stroud keep it up for the Houston Texans. Second game from one Kyler Murray, and what can he do? Can he have the same kind of game? James Connors, the running game of this Cardinals team, how that balances out, and then what can this defense do against C.J. Stroud? So, yeah, I think I rate, the Monday night game, as you mentioned, the Eagles and Chiefs, that'd be a damn good game.
Should be.
It should be a very good game. Last night's game, the Baltimore got on a little bit of a roll. But aside from that, Seahawks are going to keep pace with the Niners as far as who's going to stay in front in the NFC West. The 49ers have got the Buccaneers coming in, and the Seahawks will go to L.A., and the Rams, looks like Matthew Stafford is going to play as of right now. And also for you Bears fans, it looks as though Justin Fields is going to play as of about, a half hour ago or so.
I thought that was yesterday.
Well,
they said he was playing.
He was probable, questionable.
I remember talking to a bunch of Bears fans last night, and I said, congratulations, Justin Fields is
2
going.
minutes.
They're like, oh.
Yeah, they made it officially official, I guess.
Joe Burrow is out for the rest of the season with the torn ligament in his wrist. Jackson put out earlier the list of significant quarterback injuries. And, of course, Burrow, then Deshaun Watson with the shoulder. Cousins is out with the Achilles. Daniel Jones with the knee. Anthony Richardson, the rookie for the Colts, he's out with the shoulders. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, he may come back. But, that's 2, 4, 6 guys at 32 that are out.
Yeah, you're basically your marquee guys, your franchise quarterback per se. And you look at Joe Burrow, it's a ligament in the wrist, and he still threw a touchdown pass. But as far as trying to grip the ball and it getting more weak and weak, they'll probably have to have some kind of a surgery. So if you damage a ligament in either your fingers or your wrist as a quarterback, that throwing hand, you just have no juice behind it, got no strength and gripping it. And then as far as Deshaun Watson, frustration for the Browns. Here they are. in the thick of it in the AFC North. And then you look at something like that, him going down. So this is why you invest in backup quarterbacks, Rock. You got to make sure you get the right guy. You give him the money because these guys have got 7-8 games to go. If you're in the thick of it, all of a sudden your franchise guy goes down. Do you have somebody in there that's more than serviceable? Maybe a guy
Jake
that's
Browning.
Well, good luck, with that type of thing. So
that's Cincinnati.
Invest in those backup quarterbacks, you folks out there, those teams.
We'll dive into some more college football talk next as we'll have the CEO of the Fiesta Bowl, Eric Moses, will stop in. We got our Learner Row pick'em contest where you'll have an opportunity to win a $50 gift card. Plus, Spreitzer will join us to handicap some of the top games for the weekend. We're out here at Wright Toyota. Don't forget to do our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. What will be the biggest key for the Cardinals to beat the Texans? Murray, 300 yards passing, defense pressure on Stroud, 10% on third down, or Prater converting all field goals. Go vote at Roc and Manuch. We'll come back for hour number 2 next, right here, right to it.
Clear. Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Here on MSNBC, we're staying on top of several fast-moving stories.
Today's news requires more facts.
A new report finds the climate crisis is getting much worse.
More context.
We are seeing record numbers of people crossing into the United States just in the southern border.
And more ground covered.
People here are watching what is happening in Kiev very closely.
The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
It's Ellie Kemper from the podcast Born to Love with a little straight talk about Straight Talk Wireless. See, Straight Talk Gold or Platinum Unlimited plans give you unlimited 5G data and a free Walmart Plus membership and free delivery from your local Walmart store and an included Paramount Plus subscription. I just said plus or and about 57 times, and that's how much value you get from Straight Talk Wireless. Switch or learn more today at Walmart or straighttalk.com.
Requires active service. One offer per eligible Straight Talk account. Standard data usage applies. For Walmart Plus, $35 order minimum for free delivery. Restrictions apply. Paramount Plus essential plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
The Maricopa County Air Quality Department encourages everyone to burn cleaner, burn better. Consider converting your existing wood-burning fireplace to gas or electric. And please remember, on no burn days, do not burn wood.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Suns' Bradley Beal continues to struggle with back spasms. He is listed as doubtful for their game tonight in Utah against the Jazz. In Major League Baseball, the Diamondbacks have released brand new uniforms and are bringing back the putting emphasis on the ice against the Jets in Winnipeg on Saturday. In college football, ASU welcomes in Oregon tomorrow as their season nears the end. The Wildcats will be playing host to Utah with a slim chance at a Pac-12 title run. And the Cardinals look for their first road win on Sunday against the Texans. They've also got a new running back on the roster after claiming Michael Carter off waivers from the Jets. I'm Jenny Hafford on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000.
Still no call.
The nationwide keyword.
We're coming back in
Sports910.com. That's win at FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker and
come back in about a minute or so.
Plumbing and electric needs. Call Parker.
So if we don't have them, I'm just going to play the regular open here.
Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar and Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sports
You're live
at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Bradley Beal, he is out. As the Suns are going to square off with the Jazz tonight. They'll play again on Sunday. But right now, it looks as though he will be out for 3 weeks. He'll be at least reevaluated in 3 weeks as he continues to rehab that low back strain that he has, which I can
attest to.
That it's very painful. And it's unfortunate because I know Suns fans are just jonesing to see the three guys go at it at the same time. But, man, we're going to have to wait another month possibly.
Well, my feeling is just go ahead and take care of the issue. Go ahead and take care of what he needs to get done instead of stopping and starting. And I think from that standpoint that if you got to shut him down for 3 weeks, and Rock, if he's still not right after 3 weeks, then what do? Do you shut him down and have a procedure? I mean, because if you're going to continue to play him, they got to play the 40 games or they get fined by the NBA. So I just figure, hey, go get him taken care of, because we just can't see this to have it linger into next year, especially late into next year going to the playoffs.
Well, let's get to it. The executive director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Eric Moses, joins us for his weekly visit here on Fox Sports 910. Eric, what's going on this afternoon? What's happening?
I'm good. It's good to talk to you guys. Sorry for being a couple minutes late. I've been in here trying to figure out how to get K-State here.
Hallelujah. Thank you. You take all the time you want, Eric, to get the K-State Wildcats here, please.
Wildcat Nation would invade Arizona.
Gosh. And they will, trust me.
I got to ask you, going back to last week, rivalry week back there in North Carolina Duke, and it took overtime, and were you a little sweating a little bit there? Were you sweating?
Tight.
It took years off my life. I mean, I'm sitting there, watching it live. It's homecoming. It's by reunion and all this. And these guys, we looked for every way to lose that game. But thankfully, we were able to vanquish the Dukies in double overtime after former Tar Heel Caleb Love decided to vanquish them in basketball for the Wildcats of Arizona. So it was a bad week for the Dukies. It was a bad week.
You don't feel bad about that at all, do you, Eric? That's you don't lose any sleep over that one. My sister, husband, and family are all Clemson Tigers, and you got Clemson this week. And Jax, our fine executive producer, pointed out that -7 he thought was a little too much going down there to play in Boone, Carolina. Is there a reason why you think the spread's a little higher, or is that about right, you think?
I mean, playing in Death Valley is it's tough down there.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last time Carolina beat Clemson down there. Maybe we haven't ever done it. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
This will be a game that I was talking to our athletic director, Bubba Cunningham, about this. This will be a game that tells us who our team is, frankly, and whether the Tar Heels are really ready this year. And then they leave there and go to NC State. So the last two games are on the road. So we'll learn a lot about what they're made of.
Looking at the overall college landscape, as you mentioned, a lot of big rivalries last weekend, this weekend. But when you see these rivalries, and hopefully those top 5 or top 10 teams wait until their conference championships, nobody hiccups along the way. What's the intrigue for the Verbio Fiesta Bowl and watching a lot of these games per se?
I think it's one, wanting to see what happens with Tulane, certainly as one of the group of 5 teams, and where they end up and how strong they finish the season, to see if they're going to be remain in the top 25, or if any other of the group of 5 schools makes it into the final top 25 that could get them into one of the New Year's Six bowls. And then I think it's just how much shuffling there is, and call it the top 10 or 12. So that we can figure out, all right, how many West Coast teams are going to be included in that, and how that might affect what we're looking at. As we've talked about, you and I, Washington and Oregon have dominated the projections that I've seen for our game. We've seen some other teams like Alabama recently, and then Texas pop up on the other side of that matchup. So we just have to see how these teams finish the season, how strong they finish, and whether there's some unexpected upsets.
It's also interesting to me for the CFP and a lot of bowls that are out there to see the style points per se. Teams running up on good teams, or if it's a close game, but is it a good close game, or do you give the other team that made it close that much merit if the favorite wins? You see what I'm saying, Eric? It's kind of like there's a lot of, I call it minutia, that's out there surrounding a lot of these games.
And they take all of that stuff into account. I mean, the one of the most intriguing things for me is you've got Washington at 5, and I guess Oregon at 6 right under them. And, what happens if they play for the Big 12 championship and Oregon wins, and now head-to-head they're 1-1? If one of them, say the number 4 team, Florida State or someone, drops down, which of them do you bump up into the semifinal if they're 1-1 head-to-head? Some of that may have to do with style points. Who won by more? Who looked better in the win, or who looked worse in the loss when they were head-to-head? Those kinds of things are what the committee considers, and I don't envy them, because there are some close calls I'm sure that will have to be made this year.
Eric Moses joining us here, Roc and Manuch, Fox Sports 910. I don't know if you can comment on this, but I'm going to ask you. Or it could be your opinion too, and maybe you take your executive hat off, but. This week, a couple schools, the NCAA rejected a couple postseason waiver requests. Tarleton State, Jacksonville State, and an undefeated James Madison. I understand the rules are the rules, but do you think there could be an option that bowl executives and presidents and ADs can get together and maybe make a case for James Madison to have an opportunity to play in a bowl game, even though they need one more year, part of the 3-year deal?
Look, I'm happy for those guys. I'm familiar with that school, having lived so long on the East Coast in the D.C. area.
Yeah.
Happy for them to have that kind of success in their first year up. I think what you do by making exceptions like that is you open the door to everyone, wanting to make the same case that they deserve an exception, and then why have a rule, right? So I don't think that we're likely to see that kind of thing happen, given the consolidation of strong teams into, a handful of conferences. Big 10, SEC, Big 12 are all getting bigger, more member institutions. They're going to want as many of those seats in the postseason as they can get. So I can't see anybody coming together to say, well, let's let little brothers, get in here and take up some of these spots.
I got to tell you what, if you would have told me, Eric, about 3 years ago that Jed Fish would have a number 17th ranked team take on number 22 Utah team, second to last week of a season 3 years from now, and that they were favored against Utah, I'd have told you, put the ganja pipe down, please. You just got too much going on there. You know what I mean? I mean, what Jed Fish has done down there is truly amazing, and that's for a lot of major bowls to watch as well, too, now.
Yeah, I'm really happy for them. I know they've been kind of, as they say, toiling in the vineyards for a while now with that program and trying to get them on track. And it's great to see the success that they've had, especially since there's been some noise in the news about their athletics program more generally down there. It's good to be able to point to the success that they're having on the football field and, frankly, on the basketball court with that win over Duke. So I hope they're going to get in a great bowl, represent this state, and continue their winning ways going into the future and into a new conference.
Eric, talk about something that you guys started this year, the college football game of the week. I believe tomorrow is the final installment, East Side and West Side. Talk about how that's been going, and how do you see that thing continuing to grow?
Yeah, no, thanks for asking. It's great. USC UCLA rivalry tomorrow. We'll be watching those games at BetMGM over at State Farm Stadium on the west side, and then at Putting World over on the east side. The idea, as you guys know, is we're a college football organization at the end of the day, and we want to convene people around all things football, all verticals of football, but in particular college football. And so, we want to bring people out and have a good time enjoying this fantastic season and this great sport, because what folks in the Valley need to understand across the state is college football is great and exciting every weekend. And then you have the luxury and the privilege of having two of the best postseason games every year right here in your own backyard that you can take advantage of. And I think that's great. And it's a luxury, having lived in different places around this country that didn't have bowl games as strong as ours right there. I think it's great. And it's an extension of an already exciting season that we've seen this year. And
last one, in regards to tickets, Guaranteed Rate Bowl in December, as well as the Verbo Fiesta Bowl on the 1st. What are you suggesting these days for those who want to start, buying some tickets? Next week's Thanksgiving, then everybody starts thinking holidays, gifts, things like that. What do you recommend in the best route to go for those people out there that are like, they're on the fence of buying tickets this year or not? And what's the best route to go?
Well, I would direct everybody to SeatGeek or to fiestabowl.org to buy their tickets. I'll say this. We're likely to have some really good matchups, especially in the Fiesta Bowl, but also in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. And those tickets become harder to get, and great seats become harder to get once those teams are announced. So if you want to be an early mover now and go ahead and buy your tickets, if something comes up and you can't go or what have you, you can always resell them.
Yeah.
But once those, imagine if we've got an Oregon and Alabama. Those tickets are going to be flying off so get them now, and you're in the catbird seat to be able to keep them and go and see a fantastic game. Or if you want to resell them because you can't go, you'll have that option. So I would tell people to be an early mover and go ahead and get your tickets now.
Was that Oregon, Alabama a subliminal slip up there, Eric? just saying. I mean, was that something?
At least you didn't say Kansas State.
Well, I know, but I'm just, was that just in the back of the mind, or is that wishful thinking right there?
I mean, it's wishful thinking in some ways, and I've seen that in one projection. So, Bo Nix coming down here and playing against the former SEC foe. Ooh. I mean, imagine that lead up. That one could work really well, and we get Saban those guys back out here with a chip on their shoulder, because if they're not playing for a national championship, we all know they're pissed off if they can't play in the playoffs. I think that'd be a hell of a game.
That was everybody in the I-10 crashing when you said that, going, damn, really? I mean, good it be, right?
Oh, it's good stuff. College football, it's at its peak right now. It's outstanding. Eric, thank you for the time as always, man. Have a good weekend.
Appreciate you guys.
Eric Moses, Executive Director, CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl. You can follow him on Twitter at Fiesta Bowl CEO. Appreciate him taking some time to talk some college football, as two of the top bowl games are here. Again, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl is December 26th at Chase Field. And then the big one, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, that's the 1st at State Farm Stadium. So good stuff there. But, it keeps
Rock,
doing everything you can to get the K-State Wildcats. Thing is, here's the thing.
I love it, but
you won't even go.
I sure will.
No, you won't.
The Cats show.
You won't even go.
Every time the Cats meet, I've gone. Matter of fact, you and I went to the.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
It was
Jax. He wore his jacket,
and it fits. My
Like
kid
the
wears
Letterman jacket?
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah,
the Letterman jacket's cool.
Yeah, and it still fits.
It wasn't. Not
Yeah.
not by me being with him.
Yeah,
If
well-
he was on a date, maybe. but I was hanging out, and I'm not a K-State fan. Who are they playing? Syracuse or
UCLA.
UCLA.
And Josh Rosen lists UCLA.
Josh Rosen.
And we smoked him. Yeah, Lori and I just started dating, and Rock's with his date. We're hanging out, and then I don't know. We were smoking. Next, I turned around, and Rock's gone.
Was
His
that
date are gone? I'm like,
was that the last time you guys hung out outside of the show? Was that game?
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We met up there at the game. Rock got me tickets.
Last time I hung out outside of it, unfortunately, wasn't for the right reason. But I mean,
well, yeah.
I forgot about
but I was glad I was there.
Yes, we appreciate that.
Hey, this F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix, I'm getting blown up. It is a dumpster fire. They are having all kinds of problems. I got a buddy just blow me up on this. Kevin Rowe is there, and we're going to catch up with him next for his picks, and he will join us next for our over-under with him. A fifth caller if you want to challenge the counselor at 602-260-9191. But, man, what a dumpster fire this F1 racing is. And we're going to talk to Scott Spicer, too. So we're going to go to Vegas back-to-back here as we continue from Right Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch here on a Friday on Fox Sports 910.
Monday on the Clear. Can Kyler Murray outduel C.J. Stroud? Can the Arizona Wildcats keep shocking the football world? And will the Diamondbacks make a move? 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Need the gift of all gifts for this holiday season? How does a big screen TV sound? Text Chevy to 59925. One lucky Fox Sports 910 listener will win a smart TV courtesy of your Valley Chevrolet dealers. Standard message and data rates apply. Details at rocandmanuch.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Starts now! On Saturday, December 16, legacy is decided in the desert. Fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line. And a sizzling World Championship unification. Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now, starting from just $30. Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
The Maricopa County Air Quality Department encourages everyone to burn cleaner, burn better. Consider converting your existing wood-burning fireplace to gas or electric. On No Burn, do not burn wood.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now.
All right, he's ready.
Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready.
Oh, God, no.
It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
Now back
I don't
to
think
the
any of
Roc
us
and
wanted
Manuch
anything
show,
to do
live
with that.
from Wright Toyota,
That
right on the
show.
corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to challenge the defender. Attorney Kevin Rowe from Arizona's top full-service law firm, Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And Lerner and Rowe, no fees unless you win. Now Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
That's right, Kevin Rowe now on the Right to the guest line. Boots on the ground, I believe, in Las Vegas. Is that still the case there, Counselor?
Rock, coming live from F1 in Las Vegas, Nevada. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm reading reports. You're a reporter for us today. I'm reading that the city was turned into a racetrack. Traffic was terrible. Roads were bumpy. The CEO of F1 had to come out and apologize. And rich people don't apologize for anything because of the inconvenience. But you're there. Tell us what the hell is going on there. It's F1. There's some talk that they may cancel it.
Don't say that. Don't say that at all. But no, so I'll tell you this. So we got out here Wednesday, and they had a great opening ceremony.
Okay.
90 minutes, some great acts like John Legend, Tiesto, Journey, Keith Urban. Some great acts. It was a fantastic. And then ended with Only Las Vegas, the fireworks show of all the casinos launching fireworks in the air. So that part was fantastic. Last night was supposed to be the first practice sessions. So it did take Wednesday night, hardly anybody was here. Everybody's here now. And last night from our hotel to the track or where we need to be took 45 minutes.
Oh.
And it's only a few miles. It's like a 2-mile stretch.
Yeah.
Then the practice went on at 8:00 for a whole 9 minutes until Carlos Sainz stuck up a manhole cover, and they had to fix that. They didn't tell us anything, so we stuck around until about 12:00, and then we thought it's too late. We went home, and then I wake up this morning find out that the race practice session went on at 3 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Jeez.
So that's the tough part about this too, is because of European times and watching these races. Tonight starts at 8:30, and then the other qualifying session starts at midnight if it goes right. So it's crazy. It's a late, overnight thing that is kind of exhausting. But it should be fun, hopefully.
It's crazy that F1 spent $500 million on all this, and the first night was completely ruined because of a drain cover. I mean, that's just there's got to be some embarrassment going around with this sport, because I think it's a sport was really hoping to make some noise, no pun intended, here in the United States, because it does well. What, Miami, Austin, Nashville?
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's not the first time this has happened before, and I know I know they really want to make a big splash here in Las Vegas. They were here back in the day at Caesar's Palace, I think in the 80s, but this is the first time they've had a full race. But like in Monaco, they had a drain cover come off too. It's not like the first time because of how much ground force these cars are sucking up. I mean, think about that is able to pull off one of these drain covers. But it is kind of a black eye a little bit, or bruised eye, because of the fact you want everything going perfect. And it's been a lot of ups and downs. But I'm excited to see the racing tonight. I'll tell you, the paddocks that they built, the construction that's here, it's insane. It's beautiful. So hopefully we kick off on time tonight. I'd like to see like to get this team going and actually see more than 9 minutes of the race.
We're visiting with our F1
analyst
Kevin Rowe, live from Las Vegas. But all right, we got some work to do here because we got Joey and Phoenix competing today, as we do each and every week. Our over/under contest. All right, let's get to some NFL to start. Total number of passing yards combined between Kyler Murray and C.J. Stroud will be over/under 550 yards. Over/under 550 combined with Murray and Stroud.
So I got to tell you, I've become a real fan of CJ.
Yeah.
I just like his backstory, God-fearing man. I really like him and everything that's going on. He's been having a banner year, of course. And then you got Kyler coming back and getting a win for us last week. So I think there'll be some throwing this week. I think it'll be an over.
All right. What's Joey got back there, Richie? What's he saying?
Taking the over.
It's taking the over, too. All right, question number 2. Total number of TD passes that Caleb Williams will have on UCLA will be over or under 4. Total number of TD passes that Caleb Williams will have on UCLA will be over or under 4. I know you love both these schools.
Now, I was going to say, now you know how much this pains me. I always kid around with my dad and on this show saying, "You clowns lost again," is what UCLA stands for. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that's going to be the same thing that's going to come to fruition this weekend. But then again, rivalries are always big and the underdogs come to play. So I'm going to have to say it's probably going to be the over of what Caleb Williams is doing. So I'll go with that, the over.
All right. What does Joey have to say there, Rich?
Under.
Go with the under. All right.
All right, let's go to total number of points the Cowboys will score on the Panthers. Manuch is setting it at 38. Over under 38. Cowboys are going to score on the Panthers.
Interesting. Over 38. They have been putting up numbers. I'll go with the over.
All right.
Joey?
What Joey have, Rich?
Taking the over.
All right. It's going to come
What
down
are
to
the
this last
Panthers? One win? They've only had one win?
Yeah, one win.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Manuch?
Last but not least, the winner and score of the Huskies at Corvallis and Oregon State. Oregon State favored by 1. How about that? Washington's getting the 1 point. Wow, what happened there this last week? Did the whole team just evaporate? What's going on there in Washington?
No, they just like spiking the ball on the 1 yard line. What do you mean?
What the
that's what
heck?
happened last week.
Oh my gosh.
And then we get a field goal block so I can get right on my points. I said it'd be 38 points for Utah last week. And of course, they get the field goal block. I want to take it all the way down to the last second. Look, Oregon State's a fantastic team. They run the ball really, really well. It's going to be a tough game, especially on the road. There's no way you're going to hear me say that Oregon State's going to win, so it's not. And that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to say UW will have an upset because I think they will. So I'm going with UW. This game means everything to them right now. Mm-hmm. Everything is on the line. So UW with the win. And I'm going to go a lot like what I've been doing with UW for the last few weeks. I'm going to go 38-30. UW.
38-30.
All right.
Okay.
What's Joey got?
What's Joey got, Rich?
31-30 UW.
Close game.
Got the upset too.
By the way, you need somebody going to Seattle and teach your holder how to get the laces from 6 o'clock to 9 or 12.
Right.
You don't allow them to kick the laces. So your kickers, they're schizophrenic that way. So you can't do that to your kickers there.
Yeah, wasn't there a show that the Miami Dolphins kicker had something like that? Pet detective, laces out. Laces out.
Yeah, you always got to get the laces. If they come back at 6 o'clock, you get them to 9 or to 3 o'clock because the kickers freak out if they got to kick the laces. And your kicker obviously freaked out twice to that point, but you still won the game last week.
And Kev, no reason to call me during the practice around tonight at 12 midnight. I'll be all right because it'll be 1 o'clock our time because it's an hour difference to Vegas. So you enjoy yourself tonight. Be careful. I mean, I know you don't know Vegas that well, so I can't imagine you getting in any trouble over there.
For your listeners that don't know, but yes, this is where Lerner and Rose started, Las Vegas, Nevada. So yes, I know the town a little bit. Lived here for 10, 12 years. But no, I'm pretty excited. It should be a fun time. We'll see how Vegas shines. They always do with these big events, so we'll see how it ends.
By the way, before we let you go real quick, last week when Glenn came on with you, it was the highest rated segment we had in 3 months.
Ever.
So just you may want to pass that along to Glenn, all right? Let him know that and it went
I love
viral.
it. Well, he right now is helping me, covering for me. He's in Indiana right now doing our last stop of our Thanksgiving meal giveaway.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I came here and he had to go there. So yeah, we finished up on our 7-stop tour today in Indiana. So pretty excited in what we've been able to do. We had a great Las Vegas on Monday. Then we had Bullhead City on Tuesday. And then we had Yuma on Wednesday. So it's been fantastic. Great stuff. Really excited. Had a chance to see a lot of great people. It's fun.
Awesome. Lerner Rowe gives back. He's Kevin Rowe. Kevin, thanks, buddy. Have fun there and be careful.
Take care, you guys. Thanks so much.
You got it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Right? Is that what they say?
Absolutely.
Hey, coming up next, we're going to stay in Vegas as we're going to catch up with our handicapper, Scott Spreitzer from DocSports.com. He'll break down these 4 games. We will break down Utah at Arizona, Washington at Oregon State, Cards, Texans, Eagles, Chiefs. That's next. So you don't miss any bets until you hear Scott next. It's Fox Sports 910.
Behold.
Clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 in Phoenix.
Coyotes rallied to beat the Blue Jackets in a 3-2 victory last night to improve to 8-6-2 on the season. The Suns will tip off in Utah against the Jazz tonight. Bradley Beal continues to struggle with a back injury and is listed as doubtful. Devin Booker is probable after returning from his ankle injury on Wednesday. Diamondbacks outfielder Corbin Carroll continues to make headlines. He unanimously was voted the National League Rookie of the Year award winner and also finished 5th in the MVP voting. And the Wildcats still have a slim chance at a run at the Pac-12 championship, but they are still in the mix. Arizona needs to win their last 2 games and needs Oregon to lose. I'm JD Haffern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the 2nd most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
The mania comes early to the Valley in November with the inaugural Arizona Tip-Off College Basketball Tournament, featuring local teams, the GCU Lopes and the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks, plus teams from the SEC and Big East conferences. Be there for 3 days of thrilling basketball action November 17th, 18th, and 19th at Desert Diamond Arena. Tickets start at just $15. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss the inaugural Arizona Tip-Off at Desert Diamond Arena. Visit Ticketmaster.com now.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Ping G430 drivers, which combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing to keep the Grinch away from the toy drive.
Who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
What about me?
the Grinch?
No.
Yep, even easier than that.
You steal the presents one time.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One NA, member FDIC. Copyright Dr. Seuss Enterprises. Copyright Turner Entertainment Company.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor, while others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to break down this weekend's biggest games with one of the nation's premier handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN Sunday Countdown.
You're live.
He's Scott Spreitzer, and he's here to help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Scott, before we dive into some football, we just had our good buddy Kevin Rowe, Lerner and Rowe. You know who those guys are. They're big in Vegas, and he was just calling us from there and told us what was going on with F1. Sounds like maybe what I'm reading, it's and I hate to say this, dumpster fire. A lot of problems. Is that what the residents there are? They a little upset? What's going on?
The residents have been against this since day one.
Really?
It's crazy, because they shut down the strip and it's 24 hours into the casinos, and they have a hard time getting to their jobs. I mean, it's crazy because they start what they call a soft close on the strip about 4 p.m. Pacific time, and then a hard close like 2 hours later. And so if you're working in a casino and you're scheduled to start between like 6 p.m. and about 2 a.m. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, it's awfully tough to get to your job and to get to the strip, and it's just all closed off, and it's a mess. I hate, this is one of those times, one of the very few times when I hate to say I was right. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Apparently the only drain in the entire city of Las Vegas is on the course. We found that out last night. You know how it floods there every time it rains, a quarter of an inch. And it was just like, what's so tough to have like 10 guys walk all in one line, and just walk down the track from one side of the track to the other, looking down for the couple of miles of track to see if there's anything that would be unacceptable to one of these cars. And I just didn't get it. I saw that last night. Of course, we all found out a little bit after the car was damaged, why it was damaged and what caused it. So they ended up running a practice at 2 a.m. out here with no fans in the stands. They were told to go home. So, it's a mess. Verstappen said it right. He said it's more show than anything else. They're running it. The race is going to start tomorrow night at 10 o'clock at night because the European F1 fans, the legacy fans as they call them, it starts at 6 a.m. their time, so they want to be able to watch it in the morning. And it's just a weird situation. And, there's a lot of money being funneled into the education system out of this in Las Vegas, or at least it's supposed to. So that's the positive.
Okay.
And other than that, I don't see many positives.
All right, well, then let's turn our attention to college football. That's positive. And one team that has definitely been positive, that's Arizona. They've won 4 straight, 3 against ranked opponents. Utah, they've lost 2 of their last 3. The game's in Tucson. -1 is what some of the books have here. Where are you at on this one?
Guys, I like Arizona in this game. Pac-12 home finale, all that good stuff, and it's off to the Big 12. And hopefully Jim Harbaugh stays at Michigan because I think Jed Fish is going to be a highly sought-after head coach, and Michigan would be one of those teams. But as far as this team is concerned, I mean, the defensive talent is strong. They're extremely well coached. I guess the only surprise would be the level of play they've received from their quarterback, Noah Fafita, who's really, he took over in week 4. He's a 74% passer since then, 16 touchdowns, only 4 picks. He's got excellent receivers. A lot of people don't talk about that. 3 excellent receivers on this Arizona team. And then, of course, Jonah Coleman can really pick him up and put him down run of that football. But I look at U of A, 4-0 run, 3 losses on the season, and 2 of those came in overtime. They're okay running the ball. They're great at stopping the run. And it's a big reason why I like them here, guys, because Utah can't pass. They have to run the football. And they're 0-3 on the road this year in conference play. They've given up 88 points in those games, 4.5 yards per carry, 272 yards per game allowed on the road, at 8 yards per pass. So I think this number is short. I think Arizona's the way to go.
All right, Scott, going to Corvallis, Oregon, number 5, Washington at number 11, Oregon State. I wonder how thoroughly Oregon State watched ASU's defensive game plan against the Huskies. This is very intriguing. -1 again in favor of the Beavers.
Yeah, this was interesting at one of the prominent books in Las Vegas this week. One of the books that'll take basically any action, and you can bet 6 figures easily at this book. Basically, what they did is when Thursday morning rolled around, Oregon State was a 2.5-point favorite on Thursday morning, and then that particular book flipped it. I mean, all of a sudden, Washington became the chalk. They became a 1-point favorite, and that obviously took respected and big money to come in on the Huskies to move it 3.5 points in about an hour. I thought about playing Washington if it got to 3, and again, it almost did, but obviously really no chance of that happening now. Corvallis, tough place to play, and an upset would not shock me. But having said that, I just think Michael Penix Jr. is going to be a little bit too much for OSU. He's averaging almost 10 yards per pass, almost 70% completions, 4-to-1 touchdown to INT ratio. And then Dylan Johnson, he's been tearing it up the last 2 games on the ground, 180 yards per game, 5 touchdowns. Oregon State's a good football team, no doubt, and this isn't our father's Corvallis home field disadvantage.
Sure.
They're very good, obviously, but I think Washington's going to eventually be too strong on offense.
All right, let's go to the NFL as we're visiting with Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. You can find him on Twitter at Scott Wins. All right, Cardinals-Texans spread, I believe, is 5, over-under, 48.5 last time out. We know what the Texans did to the Bengals and the Cardinals did to the Falcons. How much is that going to play into this?
I like the Cardinals here. I like a prop even better. And I kind of was, I dig into all these games looking to bet NFL props. And I do have one here. And, we know Kyler Murray is healthy, so that's obviously a positive. We know Houston, gives up a bunch of yards per play. They're in the bottom third in yards per play allowed. But when you look at Kyler Murray last week, he and McBride had a real serious symbiosis going on there. McBride had a big game. And I'm going to talk about him as a play here. Of course, the Arizona tight end, Trey McBride, 21 receptions, 248 yards in his last 3 games. In Houston, one of their glaring weaknesses on defense is covering a tight end. They've allowed 64 yards per game to opposing tight ends through the air, about 7 receptions per game to the tight ends. And you can get McBride over 54 yards receiving. You have to lay about $1.20 with that one, but I think he goes well over 54. I think he lands around 65 to 70 yards by the time this is said and done. So it's a matter of, I think Murray's going to continue to use him, Trey McBride. I think as far as Houston, that defense continues to struggle against tight ends.
All right. Last but not least, when the parents meet the parents, Eagles at the Chiefs. They got the Kelseys meeting the Swifts meeting the Kelseys. Oh, yeah. By the way, there's a football game going on that. So Rocks Eagles at the Chiefs. Last time I looked, the Chiefs -2.5. Is that still standing?
Yeah, 2.5. Total's about 45.5. And, both teams off a bye. Both coaches have fared extremely well with an extra week to prepare. I thought, Greg Cosell, Howard Cosell's, I think it's his nephew, does a great job analyzing football from a non-betting angle. And I like to get both sides, both betting and non-betting. And he talked a little bit about last Super Bowl when they called Hurts running plays 10 times in the first half, and he ran for more than 50 yards in that first half. But he's banged up. And I don't know that they can call this guy's, number to run the football as much as they'd normally like to if he was healthy. So I thought he made a good point there. But Casey's offense, we all know they're down quite a bit. They've got wide receivers dropping a lot of passes. But if you look at yards per play, a metric I love, obviously, on both offense and defense, KC's much better than Philly. KC's top 5 on both sides of the line of scrimmage in that category.
2 minutes.
Philly's outside the top 10 in both. They're 19th on defense in yards per play allowed. And then I jumped into sack rate. KC second in the league, Eagles 18th. KC scored 80 points in the 2 meetings between Mahomes and Hurts in their careers. And the matchups combined for 73 points in the Super Bowl, of course, 72 points in the other game that they met. And then the final note is that in Super Bowl rematches, the home team has been the way to go. whether they won or lost that Super Bowl in the prior season. I think KC ends up winning this game. I think it'll be a great game, but I think, 6-7 point win by the KC Chiefs. And the Eagles have just not learned yet how to slow down Mahomes. And again, this offense isn't where it was last year, but I still think KC gets the job done at home.
Okay, but if you're going to bet it at -2.5, you
Oh, well, bet it. I would bet it at 2.5. And one of the things that when I look at this, normally on a Monday night, you're sitting there going, okay, it's 2.5.
Yeah.
Grab that or lay those points as soon as possible because the public's going to bet it up because the public loves favorites. It'll probably get to 3 in a couple of books, but I don't think it's a gimme because the public loves the Eagles as much as they love the Chiefs when it comes to plunking down their money.
all right. Yes.
There you go, Rock.
I didn't want to hear that.
By the way, I'm a huge Eagles fan, believe it or not. I don't think I've ever told you guys that. But going all the way back to the Randall Cunningham years, even before that, Ron Jaworski, all that stuff. I happen to know Roman Gabriel's kid, so Ram Gabriel, one of his sons. And so I've been an Eagles fan forever, and I'm going against him here. I think KC gets the job done.
By the way, that last Husker play, that pass by Chuba Purdy, the kid was supposed to run a quick slant. He broke it out, and that's the pick was game, set, match. So as Chuba took Nebraska down the field, that kid broke off the route, and you could have had a win versus a receiver running the wrong route. I just wanted to enlighten you, Husker fans.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that at all. He drove almost, 90 yards?
Yes.
When he got his chance? And also one more thing about that, if I think they ought to go with Chuba. They're talking about both the top two quarterbacks being banged up. I mean, my gosh, Harburg was okay. He wasn't a great accurate passer early on, but he wasn't thinking too much and he was making the right reads. Now it's gone. He's messed up between the years. We know what Sims is. Give Chuba a chance. And everybody's screaming last week in Husker land about they should have run the football. They should have run. No, you got to call the plays that score the touchdown. You just mentioned it. He just, it didn't work out. I would start Chuba and see what he can do. If this team was playing well at quarterback and didn't have a mess of injuries, I mean, remember, they're starting like their fourth string running back most of the season, and their offensive line's a garbage heap with injuries. But I think if they had halfway decent play by the quarterback, they'd be 8-2 right now. Their losses are coming with 4 turnovers, and they're losing by a field goal in their losses. They would have lost to Michigan. Even if Chuba was out there and went 30 for 30, they would have lost to Michigan. And they would have probably lost that Colorado game. So other than that, I mean, they're that close to 8-2. I think give him his chance, man. He went right down the field in a big part of the game, at the end of the game, 90 yards, and then they had the mistake by the receiver at the end of the game. So I'm with you, man. I wish he was out there.
True Husker fan
and
Eagles fan, Scott Spreitzer.
Eagles, baby.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Take care, guys. You too.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. We'll come back with our locks of the week. Yeah, this is all gambling. Yeah, we're degenerates today. So that's next from Right Toyota.
Oh,
clear.
Here we go. Steve Cavino. Ooh. Rich Davis.
Yes.
This is Cavino and Rich.
The Spillane thing, Cavino. He gets essentially player of the game, gets the post-game interview with the ability to then announce that he's going to be a dad on national TV. It had to be like everything had to line up perfectly. So you got to say, Robert Spillane, dude, props to you, my friend. What a moment, dude.
Cavino and Rich, this afternoon at 4. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Oregon Ducks. November 18th for the Salute to Service game. Forgay will throw for that far corner. Caught for a touchdown! Get your ASU Oregon tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Devils!
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Experience world-class service at a local family-owned group of auto dealerships at Horn Auto. Horn Auto Group believes in giving back to the community and treating customers with old-fashioned service for the best experience and value. Check out horncars.com and their 14 locations in Arizona. Get a complimentary multi-point inspection to keep your vehicle running road ready. That's HORNE cars.com. You're at home with Horn.
Get early access to Macy's Black Friday specials and save big on gifts for everyone on your list right now while supplies last. Like winter-ready women's sweaters, $12.99 to $19.99. Fine jewelry, 60 to 75% off.
Not much time here. It'll be a quick 4-minute segment, so straight to locks of the week.
Get your online order even faster with store pickup, now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the selection, and always
I'm
right
going to
on
run
the
out of
price.
time to switch it
Wright
out.
Toyota,
All right.
77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, we're going to do our locks for our football 50, but real quick, Michigan fired their linebackers coach, Chris Partridge, because of the ongoing probe there in sign stealing, and the NFL is investigating the Bengals to see whether the team violated NFL policy by not listing quarterback Joe Burrow on the injury report prior to last night's game. But let's get to our picks real quick, Jax. Our rewind from last week.
Yeah, so let's start out with you, Rock. Unfortunately, 0-2. You had the Ravens minus 7.5 against the Browns. They lost. And then you had Oklahoma State minus 3.5, and they lost by 40 points against UCF.
Yeah.
Manuch went 1-1. He had Liberty minus 13.5 over Old Dominion, but his Bills minus 7 over the Broncos. Manuch, come on, 12 man on the field.
It's ridiculous.
Can't let that happen. And then your boy Jackson, 2-0, Michigan minus 4.5 over Penn State, and the Lions minus 2.5 over the Chargers. So now myself and Rock are in first place.
All right, let's go to this week. Manuch, give us your college and your NFL.
Well, Missouri minus 11 over Florida. They're playing outstanding football. I think that they hopefully blow the doors off. Then the Cowboys over the Panthers at 10.5. Panthers just playing bad football. And the Cowboys, they and Dak Prescott are on a roll. So hopefully I've got the Missouri over Florida is my college lock, and the Cowboys over the Panthers, my NFL lock.
All right, my college lock is Georgia over Tennessee, 10.5. The Bulldogs showed last week that they are the real deal. They blew out Ole Miss in every way offensively, and they need to continue to get the style points for the voters. And then when it comes to the NFL,
Texas, the Texans, that is, +4 over the Cardinals. In the last 7 games, the Texans are 5-2 against the spread, while the Cardinals are 2-4-1. So I'm sticking with the number, and I will take the Texans.
Okay, speaking of Cardinals, I'm going Louisville Cardinals. I don't know why they're the underdog in this one. I like either money line or +1, whichever one you guys prefer. And then the Lions -7.5 against the Bears. I know Justin Fields will be back in the lineup, but this Lions team is rolling. I like the Lions to cover and win.
All right, quick random fact of the day. Jason Kidd back in 2000 had this kind of a dubious quadruple double. He had 18 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, and 14 turnovers
2 minutes.
as the Suns lost to the Knicks 90-85. The turnovers tied an NBA record set by John Drew in 1978. Wow. How about
14 turnovers? That's the quadfecta in the wrong way. 14 turnovers. Want to get away? That's one of those bad nights. A good, the bad, and the different on that one.
Hey, Twin Peaks, great place to watch all the football this weekend. 5 Valley locations. We've teamed up with them, Blue Moon and Coors Light, to give you a chance to win one of the 5 65-inch TVs that we're giving away in about 2 weeks. Simply just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates do apply. That's Twin Peaks, your football headquarters. Up next in hour number 3, as we're out here at Wright Toyota, we will have our weekend rewind, our week rewind, I should say, as Jax will bring that to you. No Jimmy B to respond to some of the misfits he had.
Defend himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be some of those kind of things.
1 minute.
I can imagine only his wardrobe malfunctions. His wardrobes might be part of that as well, too.
Sean Salisbury, we're not going to bring him on, as I thought we would, but we will catch up with him next week. Mark May will join us instead as we continue on, as I said, Wright Toyota. It's Rock, it's Manuch, it's Jax. We got Richie back at the iHeart Studios. I think Richie wants to talk some motorsports, doesn't he? Or WNBA. Which one do you want to talk, Rich?
If you give me a minute to rant about Vegas Formula One, I will do that every day of the week. Clown show.
We'll have that next as we continue here on Fox Sports 910.
We're clear.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious, and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Need a big screen TV? Twin Peaks, along with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Yes, 5. Text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great drink specials kick off every football Thursday at all of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Twin Peaks, the home of the 29-degree Blue Moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Here on MSNBC, we are staying on top of several fast-moving stories.
Today's news requires more facts.
A new report finds the climate crisis is getting much worse.
More context.
We are seeing record numbers of people crossing into the United States just in the southern border.
And more ground covered.
People here are watching what is happening in Kiev very closely.
The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing to keep the Grinch away from the toy drive.
Who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
What about me, the Grinch?
No.
Yep, even easier than that.
You steal the presents one time.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One NA member FDIC. Copyright Dr. Seuss Enterprises. Copyright Turner Entertainment Company.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where? Dukes! Where? Dukes! Miller and McDowell! Scottsdale!
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Suns may be without Bradley Beal again tonight. Beal continues to struggle with back spasms and is listed as doubtful as they tip off in Utah against the Jazz. After a victory over the Blue Jackets last night, the Coyotes face off against the Jets in Winnipeg on Saturday. In the NFL, the Cardinals are heading to Houston for Week 11. They'll be kicking off against the Texans on Sunday. Diamondbacks outfielder Corbin Carroll finishes 5th in the NL MVP voting. The Braves' Ronald Acuna Jr. was the winner. And in college football, ASU welcomes in Oregon tomorrow, while Arizona will play host to Utah with 2 games remaining in the regular season. I'm JD Hafford on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword bank at foxsports910.com. That's bank at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Friday night, look for partly cloudy skies, temperatures right around 63 degrees. But as the night progresses, we're going to increase those chances of rain. In fact, for your Saturday, showers likely. Right now, the National Weather Service giving us a 70% chance of rain with temperatures in those mid to upper 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
The road is a formidable foe. Cars, trucks, buses, bicyclists are all a part of your daily drive. That's where Brake Masters comes in. Get your vehicle in Brake Masters shape today. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, Suns are going to be without Bradley Beal, at least for a while, maybe a month or so, as he is. They have said that he will be reevaluated in 3 weeks due to that back issue that he has, as they take on the Jazz tonight and then again on Sunday. Cardinals got Houston on Sunday afternoon, or I should say morning, 11 o'clock our time, and we'll see what C.J. Stroud can do in the Texans against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, and almost a loss last night for ASU basketball. I mean, that came down to the wire.
What a comeback.
Matter of fact, that would not have been a good loss for them.
Even
though UMass Lowell came in at 3-0, I believe.
Yeah. I turned it off, I think it was 5 minutes ago. I was driving around getting a bunch of stuff done, and there by 10 with
What do you get? What are you getting stuff done at 10 o'clock at night? What do you
No,
driving
it
around?
was toward the end of the game. It was right 10 minutes before the game. I'm out shopping, getting odds and ends after training my guys.
What are odds and ends for a damn minute?
I went to the store,
What do you get
bananas,
at 10 o'clock at night?
some groceries, prescriptions, those kind of things, and just run around for my wife.
You get Viagra that late?
No, I don't need that. No,
you
I'm
don't
good to
need
go.
Viagra?
No,
Okay.
no, plenty of garlic, olive oil, and red wine. I mean, that's all good to go. So there's, 5 minutes. You got UMass Lowell's up by 10. Like, damn. So I come back out, and they're making this run. I'm wait a second. So Healy and our good buddy Crespin and the guys are going off, and the kid makes it with what I guess 2 seconds to go or something like that. I'm like, what a great comeback! But at first thought was, how the hell is UMass Lowell up by 10? That's in the old Wells Fargo, whatever they call it now, Desert Financial, but they came back and won. Good for them. They did that a few times last year as well too.
Yeah,
so
they did. You're right. That's a good point.
Did two things so. Good win for the Devils.
Another good win last night was for the Coyotes. They clipped the Blue Jackets. Logan Cooley, Lawson Krause. They scored 28 seconds apart late in that third period, as they held on to win 3-2 in Columbus over the Blue Jackets. Barrett Hayton scored in the second period for Arizona. Fortunately, he is now out as he is hurt, so he's going to be out for a few weeks. Undisclosed injury, I believe.
Yeah.
Is how they say, lower or upper.
Lower, upper, undisclosed. We're not going to give it away to anybody, one way or the other. But hey, good win for him to hold off the charge for Columbus, as opposed to losing the Dallas Stars, who came back and beat them in overtime. But good road win, and then tomorrow night they'll be in Winnipeg taking on the Jets, where it all started, Rock, many years ago.
Bengals have said that quarterback Burrow is out for the rest of the season. Unfortunate, as this guy hasn't been able to get a break. He gets hurt preseason camp, and then
all that talent.
He is.
And who's the backup now? Browning or
Jake Browning from University of Washington.
Yeah, Jake Browning's going to take over the reins. Unfortunate. They got all those receivers, all that talent, and all dressed up, nowhere to go at quarterback. So if you're looking for a serviceable quarterback, hopefully he can get things done for this Bengals team. And Lamar Jackson, that team looked really good as far as their offense is starting to come on with this team along with their defense. So right now with the Browns without their starting quarterback, and got the Bengals without their starting quarterback, Steelers have their starting quarterback, and Lamar. So basically 2 of the 4 got their starters as they got 8 games to go.
Injuries are definitely a part of the NFL season, but it seems like the quarterback has been affected more than any other position. As we you mentioned some of them, but when you look at Burrow out, Daniel Jones out, Kirk Cousins says he's going to come back, but he's got the Achilles. Aaron Rodgers says he's going to come back. Deshaun Watson's out. Anthony Richardson's out. Both of those guys are dealing with shoulder injuries. So this is just unfortunate for the quarterback positions, but it's given some other guys opportunities, like Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah,
and what he's been able to do.
And again, Dobbs has got experience. He's pretty much lightning in a bottle kind of a quarterback when you see what he's doing. And I think what O'Donnell is doing as a head coach for this Minnesota Vikings team is really playing to his strengths as a head coach / offensive coordinator, really adjusting. And he's just kind of picked up this offense, and he's taking this team down the field. Also, he's a very good runner. I knew that Dobbs had speed. I didn't realize he had this kind of escapability and running ability. But just goes to show you that you can't just blow off or poo-poo the backup quarterback scenario. Go get a good, solid guy, pay him, because you got 7-8 games left in a season. That is like an eternity for some of these games. And I think you look at San Francisco. They made the move to go get Sam Darnold, pay the guy. He's a solid backup for Brock Purdy. If Brock, Lord willing, doesn't happen, goes down, then they got a guy that they know has got enough experience, enough arm talent, and ability to take that team beyond. So that's the key moving forward. A lot of teams are going to learn a valuable lesson if they blew that off.
Michigan linebackers coach Chris Partridge has been relieved of his duties effective immediately. The announcement came down a day after Michigan said they were going to drop the legal case against the Big Ten that Jim Harbaugh would serve the 3-game suspension. So we know that. So he looks like he is out. Maybe he had something to do with the cover-up.
Well, that's the thing. That the number one thing, the reason why they fired him immediately is they found out that he was not being cooperative with the NCAA as far as information and coming forward. And then the other rumor out there hasn't been verified because the campus won't say why they let him go, that there's alleged cover-up that he was behind as far as trying to sweep this all underneath the rug. So I know yesterday we talked about the meeting that Harbaugh went and met with them, and it was really odd. And I said, they must have the goods on Michigan for him to go there, not appeal the suspension, to say, look, I'll do the suspension, we'll move on, nothing to see here. For them to basically say, okay, you want to appeal this? You want us to come out with this, and this, and put this out in Joe Q Public to see? I think it was wise, but this with Pritchard as a linebacker coach, I think it just came from Ole Miss as well, too, had come up here and allegedly tried to cover it up. But his main thing is he didn't cooperate with the investigation. That's why they let him go.
So some big football games here in the state with the Sun Devils hosting Oregon tomorrow. And then the Arizona ranked 17th host number 22 Utah in Tucson. So anxious to see them. got in a little bit of an argument with some people at an establishment recently, Manuch. And it had to do with Michigan versus Ohio State at strength of schedule. So I made a case that Michigan had a very weak schedule, all right? But I didn't have any numbers behind me. I wasn't, ready for this. I was just looked it up. I know Ohio State played Notre Dame. Michigan didn't. I knew some games, Toledo, whatever, okay? So somebody ends up sending me, thanks to ESPN, the CFP top 10 strength of schedule ranking.
Okay.
Ranking. And I'll go bottom up.
Okay.
Ole Miss is at 10, and they have the 10th hardest schedule.
Okay.
Then it's Oklahoma, the 40th. Alabama, the 8th. Texas, the 9th. Oregon at number 6, 65th. Washington at number 5, 75th. And then the top 4 is when it gets good.
Right.
This is why I hope my Michigan fans are listening. 4th, Florida State at 49. 49.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Michigan. Hold on a second. How many teams are there in college football?
128.
Is it 128?
128.
Well, Michigan's got the 112th hardest schedule.
Why did I know that was coming?
112. And how about Georgia at number 2, 100th? And at the top, Ohio State, 15th.
Wow, look at those Buckeyes.
My work is done. Drop the mic.
You're on. You're good.
Wolverines.
You're good for another year, Rock. You can hold that mantle.
I wish I had this the other day.
Here's the thing.
Because it's sourced by ESPN, so it's just not me making it up.
Sure. But that's why you have those rival games, and the last game of the year will be Ohio State, Michigan.
That's what I said.
And then I don't care
but Jim Harbaugh's out.
Who, what, or where. The one thing about Harbaugh being out, I'm curious to see how much he was aware of Mr. Pritchard, the linebacker coach, knowing or not knowing.
He knew everything.
There is absolutely, Rock. Absolutely is. So, yeah, I think Jim Harbaugh may be getting out while the getting's good. Maybe follow that Pete Carroll formula over there at USC with him moving on to Seattle in the National Football League. Allegedly. Don't have any proof there, folks. That's why I moved on. But you connect the dots. You can see those kind of things happening.
Yeah, jeez. Hey, our top stories this hour are brought to you by the CAZ Sportsbook and Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. We are there every Monday and Saturday. We're there Mondays from 1 to 4, and then Take the Points, the only local gambling show on radio here in the state of Arizona. They're on tomorrow from 11 to 1. That's right. And that's right there at the CAZ Sportsbook. So I encourage you to go in there and say hello to Bauer, Gross, and Jackson as they broadcast from 11 to 1. Uncensored sports betting opinions. And they bring on some pretty good guests as well. What do you got tomorrow?
We got Chris Cartman from Sun Devil Source. And then we got Marco D'Angelo.
Okay, get to talk about the big week it was with the change at the top at Arizona State.
Who could be the front runners for the new AD job there at Arizona State? As you mentioned, Rock, a little earlier in the week, somebody that's got some phenomenal skills as far as fundraising. And, hey, Sun Devil alumnus, Sun Devil fans, you're going to have to open up your wallets if you want this team, that being football team, to get to a new level. It's just going to have to happen that way. That's the hard reality. Yeah.
I mean, is that the way it really is? I mean, if you're a fan of a school, you have to give them money for your football program to win.
Well,
they can't raise their own money by doing sponsorships and sales, and
they can
get people in the stands and make your money on per caps, on merchandise and beer and wine and soda and hot dogs. But no, fans, alumni have to pay.
That's right.
That's wrong.
Build it and they will come.
That's just wrong.
Build it and they will come. Rock. I can give you a plethora of schools that had to go down that route in order to get the right players.
Give me one.
That's Kansas State University.
What have they done?
Where they came from, and if we both started to build that. And
so who wrote checks? You didn't.
I wrote checks over the years. Absolutely.
The years are little dimes.
They came. No, they didn't. When Bill Snyder got hired, we had Dr. Weefall, who is a huge football fan. He took over as the president of the school. He got them to go to the alumni, go to the fans, and he built it slowly but surely. They had to have the money to move it. So all of a sudden, 5 years, 10, 15. If you look at that stadium from 1978 to now, it has gone from the outhouse to the palatial, truly palace it is by the fundraising. They had to go get the players, to go bring them in here, to go get the facilities to compete with all the others, and that be where they're at right now.
But let me ask
total
you,
fundraising, Rock.
I get it, and I'm being somewhat facetious, but if you love your sport, I'm an Eagles fan. I don't need to go. I don't need to do anything for them to have success.
Well, they're pro sports.
Okay, but
money.
let me. Here's where I'm going. College football is pro now.
Sure,
Let's
it is.
be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you could take the same page out of that book.
Okay. The rich get
NIL,
rich,
all that stuff.
The rich get rich, the poor get poor. And if you
it's
want,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that college athletics is not like it used to be.
If you want prime rib, you play for prime rib. If you want bologna or Salisbury steak, then if you pay for that, that's what you're going to get.
We'll talk to Mark May about that. He's coming up in about 15 minutes. But up next, Jax will bring us some of the good and the bad from last week. It's Jack's Weekly Rewind next from Wright Toyota here on Fox Sports 910.
Monday on the drive, can Kyler Murray outduel C.J. Stroud? Can the Arizona Wildcats keep shocking the football world? And will the Diamondbacks make a move? 6:05 on the drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Clear car fire blocking the right lane of eastbound 202 Santan Freeway west of Kyrene. Crash in Phoenix, eastbound 10 near 7th Avenue just about cleared. A wreck southbound 17 at Deer Valley Road and one on 99th Avenue and I-10.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, better sleep and unmissable deals are a sure bet. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic and score a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Plus, get your new bed with fast and free delivery. Don't miss the Black Friday sale at Mattress Firm.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino Arizona.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Oregon Ducks Saturday, November 18th for the Salute to Service game.
Forgay will throw for that far corner. Caught for a touchdown.
Get your ASU Oregon tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Devils.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Carbon Woods that combine speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop a Sim store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Tonight, the Suns will be on the road to tip off against the Utah Jazz. Bradley Beal is listed as doubtful as he continues continues to battle with a back injury. ASU welcomes in Oregon tomorrow as they try to upset the Ducks, while Arizona will be hosting Utah. And in the NFL, the Cardinals will look for their first road win of the season against the Houston Texans. The team did claim running back Michael Carter off waivers on Wednesday from the Jets, and he says he's thankful for a fresh start. I'm JD Haffren.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
Tonight, the Suns will be on the road to tip off against the Utah Jazz. Bradley Beal is listed as doubtful as he continues to battle with a back injury. ASU welcomes in Oregon tomorrow as they try to upset the Ducks, while Arizona will be hosting Utah. And in the NFL, the Cardinals will look for their first road win of the season against the Houston Texans. The team did claim running back Michael Carter off waivers on Wednesday from the Jets, and he says he's thankful for a fresh start. I'm JD Haffren.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale. And online at WrightToyota.com. In case you missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jack puts it all together. The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jackson's Rewind, exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
Jackson's our 2-year rookie, so this is year 2 football season. That's how you feel.
Sophomore.
It's a year. Yeah, it's sophomore year. Yeah. So, again, something we have fun with. We've been doing this for quite some time. The number 3, number 4, whoever is part of our team, tends to have. This is their opportunity to kind of poke the bear and do some payback. So you don't have much this week, right?
I've got 6 clips.
Pretty sick. No?
This show is called Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Yeah. Not much Jimmy B on the show. There's a lot of Jimmy B on this segment. Just preferencing out there for those listening. But Jimmy B had kind of a rough week. And it all started on Monday when we were talking about Texas A&M coaches and who would be viable for that spot. And Jimmy B had this take, go down as one of the worst takes, I think, in this show's history.
Do you think Lincoln Riley gets a call from A&M?
No.
Huh?
USC?
No. Yeah. I'm just saying. Not even.
We should take your microphone away.
No, you shouldn't, because the money that A&M could offer him and the cost of living that is at College Station,
his house is paid for, his car is paid for.
Okay,
his helicopter is paid for. He doesn't need it at USC.
I was just saying.
He's making as much or more.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from, by the way?
I think he just wanted to throw it out there and see if it would stick.
Yeah, he didn't, but he didn't back it up very well. He just started laughing, going, "Oh yeah, you guys are right." I mean, Lincoln Riley,
he knows when he realizes.
Yeah, I mean, just that whole thing
with
his
foot in his mouth.
Just because they got $1 gazillion doesn't mean quality of life. College Station versus Southern California.
Yeah,
everything's paid for in Southern California. You have to deal with the traffic. To your point, might have a helicopter that goes back and forth. I mean, there's a lot to be done at College Station. Why would a guy want to make that?
All right, let's go. Let's go down to number 4 there, Richie. Let's go to Manuch's embellishment. It's time to go to Manuch embellishment. Excuse me, Manuch. You said 2 things, and you said that you didn't speak to a certain person in months, but then you caught yourself and said weeks. So we're replaying the footage. Here's what Manuch said on yesterday's show.
I had a chance to talk a little bit over the.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Really?
You had a chance to talk with Jason?
It's been over 2 months.
Doesn't matter.
2 months. Okay, I understand.
I didn't say nothing about put my name out there.
Whatever. Have you been interviewed by anybody?
I've been interviewed by a couple of guys.
Yeah, don't name drop.
Jason
Paul.
Yes or no.
Talked to me the other day.
And the guy from the San Jose Mercury News.
Like in the last week.
Yeah, one guy about 3 weeks ago. Okay. Jason about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, now it's 3 or 4 weeks ago. You said you had talked to him a couple months.
I talked to Jason 3 times over the summer.
Those goalposts have moved a lot.
Yeah,
dude, you are
I'm keeping it on the down low.
Friggin' embellisher, moonwalker, whatever you want to call it.
The last 2 months I've talked to Jason. They want to know, Rock. They want to know the scoop. They want to know how that kid got to where he is.
Dude, I get it. I just don't like that you lie to us. And you
How did I lie? I
you
didn't.
embellish.
We asked you specifically if you had talked to Jason. You said, no, I haven't.
I
And then
haven't.
5 minutes later, you're like, I talked to him 2 months ago.
I haven't talked to him
3 times.
You asked, have you talked to him the last 2 or 3 weeks? I said, no.
I didn't say that. I said, have you talked to Jason Cole? And you said, I haven't talked to him in months. Now we're hearing it's 3 times in the last whatever.
There's so many guys calling me on Brock Purdy. I lose track of all these guys.
Up. Brock Purdy's gotten your head so big, Manuch.
He kind of has.
It really has. I miss the old Manuch. It works his butt off training kids. He gets one kid gets to the next level, and Shanahan brings up his name.
It's like there's 32 quarterbacks, and even during the Sean Salisbury interview, you had to mention, like Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
that's right. Sure, absolutely. You know what? You ride that horse as far as you can.
Well, that horse
doing pretty damn good.
That horse needs a break.
And then lastly, I mean, Jimmy B always wears some ugly shirts, and yesterday he wore a pretty ugly shirt that Rock did not like so much. He had to start the show off with it. So here's Jimmy B and Rock talking about his ugly shirt.
It's also Ugly Shirt Day here at Twin Peaks Deer Valley. And if you're watching us on YouTube, why don't you just, Jax, just turn it in and just focus on Jimmy B right now. Because that is, I hope you still have the receipt. That has got to be the ugliest shirt you have ever worn.
Was that a gift, Jimmy?
Got it at a consignment shop.
Yeah, we noticed. That's exactly what I would expect.
That's where I was going.
Seriously, can I just give you
here's a couple of bucks. Go get it.
Here's $20 and a Chick-fil-A $10 gift card.
Yeah,
let me get yourself another shirt,
and I'll kick in 20.
Yeah. All right, so because go buy yourself. There's Nordstrom's right.
Jax, you got any money? You got no dinner?
No money. No.
There's a Ross over there.
Okay.
There's a Marshalls.
Hold on, let me give you another 20 to upgrade.
Oh yes.
Let me give you another 20 to upgrade.
Jimmy B, do you have Venmo? I'm going to Venmo you here from the studio. Can you fix that shirt? Because I just saw it here on the stream. Oh, my goodness.
We need
1 minute.
Brutal.
Poor Jimmy.
Jimmy had a bad day yesterday.
He did.
He had a bad week. He got a little hot, too.
Yeah, I wasn't going to play it, but the last clip I had, which we'll add to another one,
let's do it at the Learner Row Rewind.
Okay, perfect. We'll put the Jimmy B yelling at Rock as the rewind.
Yeah, he got mad. I was like, whoa. You hit
Rock,
the brakes.
You hit a nerve, man.
I know. I thought I was going to get suspended. I mean, I was like, what's going on here? My name was coming off the marquee. Anyway, we're going to catch up with Mark May next. We'll talk about what happened at ASU, get his take around college. We get into some NFL with him as well. It's Roc and Manuch shot here at Wright Toyota B here on Fox Sports 910.
He's not getting a new shirt.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Suns' Bradley Beal continues to struggle with back spasms. He is listed as doubtful for their game tonight in Utah against the Jazz. In Major League Baseball, the Diamondbacks have released brand new uniforms and are bringing back the old logo, putting emphasis on the teal. On the ice, the Coyotes face off against the Jets in Winnipeg on Saturday. In college football, ASU welcomes in Oregon tomorrow as their season nears the end. The Wildcats will be playing host to Utah with a slim chance at a Pac-12 title run. And the Cardinals look for their first road win on Sunday against the Texans. They've also got a new running back on the roster after claiming Michael Carter off waivers from the Jets. I'm JD Hafford on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit MyGuy.com for 5-star local referrals. Make My Guy your guy.
For your Friday night, look for partly cloudy skies. Temperatures right around 63 degrees. But as the night progresses, we're going to increase those chances of rain. In fact, for your Saturday, showers likely. Right now, the National Weather Service giving us a 70% chance of rain with temperatures in those mid to upper 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Hey, sports fans.
Celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Oregon Ducks Saturday, November 18th for the Salute to Service game.
Gay will throw for that far corner. Caught for a touchdown.
Get your ASU Oregon tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Devils.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want...
Marcus ready? The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a click away. Order online and pick up at your local store. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor, while others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at WrightToyota.com. Now joining Roc and Manuch to talk everything football is two-time Super Bowl champion, a member of the famed Washington Redskins Hogs offensive line, 1981 first-round pick,
Michigan clip.
earned All-American honors at Pitt, and a member of the College Football Hall of Fame. Football analyst and commentator Mark May, now on Fox Sports 910.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you. Your life. For this university, the president, our AD, we got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man. Talk to him, man. Love you.
Oh, I love it. It's the best cut all week by far. Joining us now, Mark May. Mark, What do you think about that? You know,
what the hell?
Oh man, act like you've been there.
Hey guys, can I take a line out of League of Its Own?
Sure.
There's no crying in football.
So, what is your initial overall take on what's going on at Michigan? Are you okay with the 3-game suspension? Now their linebacker's been fired.
Linebacker
coach.
Yeah.
Is the NCAA doing enough for this situation?
No, the NCAA is not in charge because basically if the NCAA came in charge of Michigan, they'd have 90 days to respond. That's why they went to the Big Ten commissioner, Tony Petitti, because he could do it automatically.
Okay.
So they stepped aside because they're underhanded dealings because they want to get him out of there because he's not one of those coaches who are going to back down from them. He's going to confront him. And Harbaugh's done a terrific job like that. Think about this, guys. Now it's 6 games for the season. Half of the season is gone from Jim Harbaugh to be coaching his football team on the sidelines. That's where we are right now. And now there's a new report that's come out that said there's a booster referred to as Mr. T.
Mr. T,
that's
yeah.
alleged to provided thousands of dollars. Mr. T. So every week and every day something else comes out. It's almost like there's got to be an ESPN 30 or 30 about this or a Netflix special about this down the road because this just keeps getting crazier and crazier every day.
Do you feel that the reason why he succumbed to suspensions yesterday that they literally, I think what we've all alluded to here, Mark, is that the goods have been found and that them letting Chris Partridge, who they say wasn't cooperative in the Big Ten commissioner scenario and that he might have been the cover-up or helping to cover up, allegedly, with this recruiting shenanigans. You think that they had the goods on him? That's why Harbaugh just fessed up and said, all right, I'm good here. You just suspend me.
I think what the thing was, Jim Harbaugh may or may not have been involved, but I think right now at this point, Michigan is standing behind him. And the way it looks is he says, if he tells Ward Manuel, their athletic director, that I'm not going anywhere, that new offer that's on the table, if that's still available, I'm going to stay at Michigan. That's why Michigan's going guns blazing to protect Harbaugh. Some of his assistants are gone. Some of his assistants have been fired. But they're standing by Harbaugh in this situation because they want to keep him because they know that if he's available for the NFL next year, the Washington Commanders, the Las Vegas Raiders, the LA Chargers, all these teams that are in line for a new head coach are going to be standing there, and they're all going to be bidding on Harbaugh. And they don't want to lose him, so they want to keep him. So they're standing behind him strongly right now. And I think it's a smart move by the university to stand behind him because this situation, they're in a position right now not only to win the Big Ten and roll over Ohio State again with him off the sidelines. What are the Buckeyes fans are going to say now? It's like they were cheating and stealing signs. Well, he's not even on the sidelines. If they roll over you again for the 3rd consecutive year, what do you have to say? And for Jim Harbaugh to get to the playoff again for the 2nd consecutive year, if they win a national championship, what else is there to do at Michigan? Go on back to the NFL. The only thing that's left on your plate is, guess what? Won a national championship, won at Stanford, won at San Diego, won at San Francisco 49ers, but I haven't won a Super Bowl. That's the last thing that could be on his plate. If he wins a national championship at Michigan, he's gone.
He's Mark May. You watch him on weekends on ABC 15 with Craig Fouey. Mark, Jimbo Fisher out last Sunday. Was that warranted in your opinion?
The thing is, the standards at Texas A&M, they expect to win national championships, and they haven't won them. So right now they compete in the SEC. Once they move from the Big 12 to the SEC, their issue was they wanted to compete for national championships, and they haven't been able to do that. So they got rid of Jimbo Fisher, and everybody looks at the number. It's $75 or $76 million. But look at the entire number. It's going to be $200 million. That's how deep the pockets are at Texas A&M. Because, one, you've got to pay Jimbo Fisher. Then you've got to pay his staff to go away because they all have multiple-year contracts. Then you've got to pay another head coach to come in and take the situation over from Jimbo Fisher and his staff. So you're looking at about a $200 million deal. And if you're a coach that's worth any salt, looking at the situation at Texas A&M, you want a big number guaranteed contract, or you're not going to take it because you saw what happened to Jimbo Fisher. The same thing can happen to you. So guess what? I want one of those 10-year contracts worth about $90 million. Otherwise, why would I leave the situation than I'm at now? Unless you're Jed Fish at the University of Arizona because they have no money, he should go right now.
Mark Rock broke down the comparisons with Lincoln Riley and Clay Helton yesterday. There's really not much difference, if at all, besides having Caleb Williams and paying out a bunch of dough to the NIL there at USC. When you watch USC leaking oil the way they are, their defensive coordinator, who he brought from Oklahoma, what did you expect different when you had to outscore teams 45-42 in the Big 12. You knew you'd have to do that same thing here. What's going to be the resolve at USC moving forward?
Well, if Lincoln Riley stays at USC, that's the question. The NFL is going to look at him, and particularly a team that's going to draft Caleb Williams. It's going to be a bottom feeder in the NFL right now. They may look to fire their head coach to get Lincoln Riley because he's coached them, obviously. And the other thing is, once he gets to the NFL, they will help him out, the general manager, with a defensive coordinator. The situation at USC was if Clay Helton had Caleb Williams, he probably would have won just as many games or more than Lincoln Riley. So you fired the wrong coach, and he's having success right now where he is. So for Lincoln Riley, where do you go from here? You've already transitioned off your defensive coordinator that you brought from Oklahoma with you. Now where do you go from here? The defense still is a bad defense. Now you're playing your arch rival in UCLA this weekend. You're favored in the game. You should win the game because UCLA just lost to Arizona State. So that's a situation where if you end up giving up a lot of points to UCLA that couldn't score on Arizona State and had a tough time putting points on the board, what do you do from this point on?
Who do you like tomorrow with Arizona and Utah?
I'm kind of leaning Arizona. This team just believes in itself. Noah Fafita, the quarterback's done a terrific job protecting the ball, just the 4 picks on the season. Not only that, this team believes. And what Jedd Fisch has done from 1 win to 5 wins to 7 wins, possibly 8, 9, or 10 wins this year has been phenomenal. He's been able to turn the program around. And that's a game that you look at Utah, they still have issues on the offensive side of the ball. This could be a very low-scoring game. If you're going to be a better at it, look at the under number. But it's a situation where they're playing at home, and they are a 1-point favorite against Utah. And Utah's been ranked basically the entire season.
So when you see what Jedd Fisch has done, Mark, the last 3 years, taking that program bits from the ashes, and they've risen like the Phoenix, so to speak, is he going to be one of those guys, if he finishes strong, gets a nice bowl game and wins, will be a tractor for suiting for some of these open positions?
I think even before that, I think right now if you're an athletic director, if you've already fired your coach right now in November, like a Mississippi State, Texas A&M, you're kind of looking at that trend because you're looking at a coach that's the first-time head coach. He basically brought this team from a 1-win team all the way to where they are now, and just look at the resume on what he's been able to do without all the tools that other schools have had. If you're at Texas A&M or Mississippi State, you've got deep pockets. Why not go after them? University of Arizona right now, the last I read in the paper, they're cutting scholarships. So this is a university that has cash flow problems. It's already been stated that. So the first thing they're going to look at to cut is probably the athletic department. And if you're Jedd Fisch, you're sitting there saying, so I'm not getting raises for my coaches, and I can't get any more money for facilities, and I can't do things that other schools do, even in the conference that I'm in. Why would I stay here if somebody else is going to offer me more money and give me those things that I need to compete?
But what about the whole part of being, where you live? Jedd's been in the NFL for many years. He's been coaching a long time. Isn't there something to, living in Tucson? I mean, it's not a bad spot. Living in Arizona. I mean, we don't have those coaches that stay for a long time, like the Snyders of the world, and even Saban. Well, he's a different situation there. But could you see? I mean, are there still any coaches out there that really care where they live?
Probably Lanning at Oregon.
Yeah, okay.
The reason why is because they've got deep pockets, and Texas A&M's already tried to get him, and he said, I'm not interested. And the reason why is because Oregon probably stepped up and said, we're going to redo your contract at the end of the season. So that's the reason why he's probably going to stay there, and he likes it there. Apparently, he's a guy that's coached in the SEC and coached in Texas before. So he's one of those guys that probably likes the situation he has at Oregon. They're going to the Big Ten next year. So there's a lot of opportunities. Why would you leave that situation? So there aren't a lot of coaches out there unless they're tied to that school, if they played there or coached there in the past, that want to stay there. Right now, it's an arms race, guys. It's who has the money, who does not have the money. If you've got the money for NIL, if you've got the money to recruit, if you've got the money for all the facilities, and you've got the money for coaching staffs, you're going to be at the top of the heap. The Texas A&Ms, Alabama, schools like that. If you don't, watch in 5 years now, because right now, a lot of the smaller schools that are Power 5 schools aren't going to be able to compete at all, particularly in the Big Ten, because you look at the Purdue's, you look at the Indianas. How can they compete with the Oregon, USC, UCLA, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan? You can't.
So, Mark, that leaves my question. Ray Anderson out. Who do you go find that can go do exactly what you're saying over at Arizona State University? I know Gene Taylor, our fine AD at K-State, an ASU grad, he's already going to renew his contract. They're going to take care of him. Is it about that new guy coming interviewing Michael Crow to see if I'm going to get that kind of support to what you said to get this team? This team's a third-tier program. They're not even second tier. To do all the above you just mentioned, So am I going to interview Michael Crow, or is it going to be the other way around? And can that happen at ASU?
It's going to be tough to happen unless ASU and Michael Crow step up and support the program and say, this is our priorities. We know we make money with football. That is our number one revenue generator. If we're going to step into this, we may have to take 2 steps back because we're changing conferences. And guess what? We're going to have to get a named athletic director that knows what he's doing. Why would you leave a situation if you're good at where you are at this time to take an ASU job unless you've got an affiliation or an attachment to ASU or a local community? There's no way in the world you're going to get somebody that's a top shelf person because you're not going to leave the situation that you're in to come here. Why would you start over at ASU where you know you're not going to get the support of the fan base and the president of the university? Stay where you're at. And if you just throw your name out there, you're going to get a raise anyway. So why leave?
He's Mark May. How has the food been pretty good at State Farm for Arizona Cardinal games?
I wouldn't know since I've had my credentials revoked. I couldn't believe, after being at TNT and CBS and ESPN, ABC for over a quarter of a century covering the NFL and college football, never ever have I had a credential revoked until the lying little weasel Fredo Bidwell took it away.
Just a little shot to stir you up a little bit there, Mark. That's all.
It's good. It's good.
No, I'm just telling the truth. After over a quarter of a century of covering major college football in the National Football League, why would that happen? Come up with a lie that you can say local people that aren't full-time? That's a lie because I called the NFL office. They got back to me and said, no, that's not true. It's not from the NFL. It's from the local teams.
It's just sad. Some things just have not changed in that organization.
It really is sad, Mark. It really is sad. The thing that's really bad is, here's what's really bad. I saved that little guy from the guys that were throwing him in the bin with the jocks and socks and wet towels, and I saved him and his brother and told the guys to knock it off. And he doesn't remember that from like 20 years ago when I was playing for the Cardinals. I was the one guy in the locker room that said, knock it off, guys. Leave him alone.
Oh, I would love to see video on that. If they had cell phones back then, taking a video of you saving the little Bidwell.
Security cameras.
Kids thrown into the dumpster. That's great. Oh, good stuff. Mark, thanks as always, man. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too. Mark May joining us here. If you're not familiar with that story, Mark is, he's on ABC 15 every weekend with Fooey, and they won't give him a credential at Cardinal games.
That's sad. Very, very sad.
Because he gives his opinion, good or bad. He's objective. He gives his opinion on the Cardinals, and sounds as though the Cardinals don't like his
That's
opinion.
why it's a very toxic scenario over there at the Arizona Cardinals.
It has been like that since I worked there in '92.
It's day one.
I was there, I think, when he was playing, Mark May.
And now he probably wishes he had left those 2 kids in that bin over there, all funky towels and whatnot over there. So I'm sure he probably regrets that.
Mark is brought to you by Twin Peaks. As the weekend kicks off at Twin Peaks, they have 5 Valley locations. We've teamed up with them. Blue Moon and Coors Light give you a chance to win a 65-inch big screen. We're giving away 5 of them. Yes, 1 for each store. All you got to do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates do apply. Twin Peaks, your football headquarters. Well, we'll clean out our locker next. Get you our Learner Row 1 call, which will Jimmy B, and tell you what's on tap for the weekend here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Wow, Cliff, amazing. Thank you so much.
We don't think there's any such thing as overcompensating. Win $1,000 in inflation compensation. Listen every hour weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000 powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
101 Pima Freeway northbound near Pima Road. We have an accident. HOV and left lanes are blocked. Also a crash 104th Street at Shea in Scottsdale and 91st Avenue south of I-10.
This report is sponsored by Plumbing Masters. Feel like your plumbing has a twisted sense of humor, clogging at the worst times? Plumbing Masters has an incredible $29 Drain Unclog special. We laugh in the face of clogs. It's clog busting time. Plumbing Masters, because plumbing problems are funnier when they're not yours.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
The Sun Devil men's basketball season is fast approaching. Frankie Collins, who drives to the goal, dunks it in. Join the action this year and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when all come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins, great spin move, drive to the basket and lays it in. Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball, onward to victory.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Arizona's largest locally owned A+ BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Titleist T-Series irons, which combine exceptional feel, more consistency, and precise control. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon and other Apple gifts. Save on your shopping.
Black Friday starts now. Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE with unlimited Ultimate. Additional terms and conditions apply. Act now. Visit Verizon.com.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor. While others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
It's the Learner and Row. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a
Quick segment here, 3.5 minutes.
make
All right,
one
right
call.
after this, we'll
That's
go
all.
right to what's on tap.
602-977.
Yeah, copy that.
Learner and Row, voted Arizona's best law firm.
He had no idea that Jimmy Princeton knows wrestling.
He's a closet WWE fan.
Wow. What do you do?
I did
I mean, how do you have
stand-up
time?
on TV in the mid-70s. I'm working in Portland, Oregon.
What do you stand
up? Andre, just listen, call the stand-up when you're doing the stand-up
My
on
point
TV.
is you're short, but what do you stand on?
Will you just wait? Let me talk. So,
yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it, Rock.
I'm doing an interview.
with Jimmy.
I'm well aware of that. It just could be Roc and Manuch here after this
Jimmy,
show.
stay in your lane. Jimmy, stay in your lane.
Bite me.
Jimmy. Jimmy had a great week. Hey, let's get to what's on tap.
What's on Tap is brought to you by Roc and Manuch's Amber and
That'll go in the
Lager by
archives.
Huss Brewing Company.
Best
Now
stuff.
available
It'll
in
go
Arena
in December.
Sports
You
Grill,
should-
BK's
Oh, yeah. We did that
Backyard
last year.
Joint in
Do it again.
Chandler,
You're working on it.
Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Tavern Grill Scottsdale and Upper Crust Pizza in Phoenix. Try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Amber and Lager, brewed locally by Huss Brewing Company.
All right, the full schedule this weekend so you can plan ahead. Tonight, Suns and Jazz at 8. Belmont at Arizona at 9. That's on Pac-12 Network. Tomorrow, 12:30 is Utah, Arizona on the Pac-12 Network. Arizona State hosts Oregon at 2. That's on Fox. That's a national game there. And then the Yotes are at Winnipeg. That is on ABC 15.2. By the way, they are moving everything to the Channel 61 starting next week. That game's 5 o'clock on Saturday. And Sunday, Cardinals at 11. CBS game. UT Arlington will be down in Tucson. Another Pac-12 game for the Wildcats, 4 o'clock. And then Suns will play the Jazz again at 6 on the Arizona Family Sports Network. And then Monday, Kings are in town to play the Yotes, as well as Monday Night Football. Hopefully they'll come out and join me and the rest of the crew at Casino Arizona and the CAZ Sportsbook for the Chiefs hosting the Eagles.
1 minute
rematch of the Super Bowl.
All right, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. You still go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter to vote. What will be the biggest key for the Cardinals to beat the Texans? Is it Murray throwing for 300 yards passing, defensive pressure on Stroud, 40% on third down conversions, or Prater converting all his field goals? Well, right now it's defensive pressure on Stroud at 37.5%. Tied is Murray throwing for 300 yards passing at 25%, 40% on third downs, 25%, and Prater converting all field goals at 12.5%. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch to vote for your State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day.
And right after this at 4 o'clock, as we do each and every Friday, we jump ship and we go to the PSF app. And we'll be doing a Cardinals report as we are now part of that platform. So check us out. We'll see you next week here on Fox Sports 910.
Good night.
Valley